What's going on, everybody? John here with you. It is Stone Cold Steve Austin Day, March 16th, 2023. How's everybody doing out there today? It's the Calgary Flames and the Vegas Golden Knights. First for Calgary, 30, 24, and 14 on the season. They sit fifth in the Pacific, head coached by Darryl Sutter. So I have the lineups in front of me, but here's the thing. We do know one thing, but we don't know the rest of the lineup on the side of it. It's all been shuffled. It's not even accurate from what I have. But what we do know is Walker Dewar and Jacob Peltier will not be in the lineup tonight. Darryl Sutter has mixed up everything. So everything that I'm going to give to you are the players that are playing, but it might not be indeed be accurate. Let's just get over it anyway. Elias Lindholm, Jonathan Huberdeau, Tyler Toffoli, Mackenzie Weegar, and Rasmus Andersson, Nazem Kadri, Angel Mangiapane, Dillon Dube, Noah Hanifin with Chris Tanev. It's Mikael Backlund, Milan Lucic, and Blake Coleman, Adam Ruzicka, Nick Ritchie, and Trevor Lewis with Nikita Zadorov and Troy Stetcher. Jacob Markstrom is going to be getting the start in net. And for the Vegas Golden Knights, it sounds like this. They're 42, 20, and 6 on the season. First in the Pacific, head coached by Bruce Cassidy. Jack Eichel, Ivan Barbashev with Jonathan Marchessault, Alec Martinez, and Alex Pietrangelo. William Karlsson, Riley Smith with Pavel Davored, with Braden McNabb and Shea Theodore. It's Chandler Stephenson, Brett Howden, Michael Amadio, with Teddy Bluger, Paul Cotter, and Phil Kessel. Nicholas Hagen, Zach Whiteclaw will round out line 3 on defense with Jonathan Quick in net. Now, for Jonathan Quick and his numbers, we're going to go over some of these numbers for the Flames as well. But for Jonathan Quick, since he stepped in a Vegas uniform, the 37-year-old, he might be in his last year in the NHL, but he's going out with a bang right now for Vegas. 3-0-0, 197 goals against, 939 save percentage, and a shutout. In totality, 15, 13, and 4, 334, 883, and 1 shutout. So the only shutout he's got is with Vegas right now. And keep in mind, Vegas is missing 4 goaltenders, some that we already know about and some that have been recent too. So Robin Leonard, he knew he was going to be up for the season with a double hip injury. Logan Thompson still day-to-day alongside Aiden Hill and Lauren Bourgeois. So they had to bring in Jonathan Quick for a 6th-round pick to figure that out and get some stability in the back end. And on the other side for the Calgary Flames, we know that they don't have games in hand. The Nashville Predators are in action tonight. They have 3 games in hand. Winnipeg Jets have the same amount of games played as Calgary with all 14 left by the time it's all done. So they're both losing right now. So this is an opportunity, if that holds, for the Flames to get within 3 points of wildcard spot numero dos. They got to get that done tonight. And as we said, with Darryl Sutter mixing up all of the lines. Again, all the particulars that I gave you are correct as far as who's in and who's out. But it's going to be a match for all of us, whether or not Cooper Hopkins joins. But I couldn't get any message back from him, so I think they're riding solo tonight. But in the sense of everything, Calgary's shuffling whatever they can do to try to get jump started. The only thing that still stays the same is Jacob Markstrom. It's his net. 18, 18, and 9, 285 goals against, 894 save percentage with 1 shutout. So this should be another huge game. And then Calgary will go back on Saturday to play against the Dallas Stars. I'll probably have that one as well, with or without Cooper Hopkins, as we're going to get these in there. So the goalie controversy hasn't changed. It's still Jacob Markstrom. It's just alongside the rest of the lines for Calgary. And for Vegas, they're riding a 4-game win streak. Everything else looks good for them right now as they still sit top spot in the West. So we'll see if that continues, because it's really difficult to win in the Fortress. And Vegas has got to win in Calgary every time that they've been at T-Mobile Arena right now. So we will see if this gets set to change. So John here with you. I have the TELUS Flames feed on SportsNet. We're going to get set to take this one in. So it's Elias Lindholm against William Karlsson. And this is picked up now by the Golden Knights. They are in the mustard yellow, as they're going to try to go left to right. And this is picked up off the backhand by Lindholm, but they just went a little bit away from Mangiapane. As Mangiapane now will pick this up in behind the net. Lindholm going to give chase as this goes here now for Marchessault and Pietrangelo. They flip this across the Golden Knight logo. So we're in Las Vegas right now in Sin City, and one of the nightcaps has been a fully loaded Thursday alongside with NCAA tournament games, so we'll get all that stuff covered in that first intermission. As Blake Coleman will spin around, pick this up across the right side wall, and it gets cleared all the way back down by Vegas. That will be an icing here early as Mackenzie Weegar touches up on the hybrid icing. So right now I see Jonathan Huberdeau, Mikael Backlund, and Coleman on one line, Lucic, Kadri, and Lewis on another, Nick Ritchie, Ruzicka, and Dillon Dube. And then Mackenzie Weegar, Rasmus Andersson is the defensive pair. Noah Hanifin with Chris Tanev. So the defensive pairs haven't changed, but all the forward pairs have changed. Nikita Zagreb, Troy Stecher rounds that out. Backlund can't win the draw as this gets spun around now for Alex Pietrangelo. And this is picked up by Ivan Barbashev. He was the pickup from the St. Louis Blues. As this is played back to defense, and now Uyghur puts on the skates. He gets in the offensive zone off the drop pass here for Coleman. Tries to play this off forehand, but he gets stick lefted and got knocked away by Amadio. But this will stay with the Flames, looking for a deflection off the right pad of Quick, and now Rasmus will spin this around the end boards now as the Flames will try to get to it with Mikael Backlund. They'll send it back out and across the Vegas logo at center ice. Flames are on the road right now at T-Mobile. They have the red pants with the white shirts and the orange and red piping. As this gets sent all the way down, Jacob Markstrom will play. This is more of a casual pass, but Vegas in on the forecheck right now with Amadio and toward the left side boards. Adam Ruzicka trying to help brush this away and get it to Nikita Zadorov. And now Zadorov out there with Rasmus Andersson as this is picked up here for Dillon Dube, but it's 1-on-3 off the check and just taken out of the zone there by Vegas. As this is cleared into the neutral zone, they'll go and take a change since they're right in the players' bench. 18-10 left to go in this scoreless first. We're just underway at T-Mobile Arena. No shots just yet. Calgary has their time in their own end right now, and they'll peel this one back here for Troy Stecher. And Troy Stecher with Nikita Zadorov on the third line now as one of the Flames almost goes down on the half trip on part of the ice. And now Lewis will get this toward the right side wall as this gets taken away, but one back off the stick, looked away from Barbashev. That was good work there by Nazem Kadri. As this is picked up down in the left wall, now Nazem Kadri going to try to get chase on the 1-on-3. Get in toward the right side as that was good support by Calgary, but even better job by Vegas to get out of their own. Paul Cotter tries to get this around Chris Tanev, and now picked up around the skate blades. Now on the right wing side, Vegas is patient off the drop pass, and this is saved by Markstrom in the breadbasket. 17-23 left to go in the first. The first shot of the game was Alex Pietrangelo from the point, and this is held. So offensive zone draw upcoming here for the Calgary Flames. So we'll keep in mind of these scores and everything else as we begin in the first intermission. But now the Blackhawks have taken a 2-0 lead on the Preds, and the Bruins are up 2-0 on the Jets. So if both of those results hold and Calgary wins, they can get within 3 points of this wild card spot. That would be absolutely big. So the defensive zone draw is won by Calgary, and they'll put this toward the right wing side. And Pietrangelo will go back, former St. Louis Blues captain, spin this all the way around. As this is picked up near the right dot, Calgary on the press here, a little bit early, is Mangiapane trying to get this away from Reilly Smith, and he wins that stick check battle. So what you notice within the first 3 minutes here for Calgary is playing some pretty good defense into the neutral zone, the defensive side. They're trying to get to these pucks. You think you have a sense of desperation here. Oh, that could have been a 2-on-0 for Vegas, but the pass was just a little bit away. Karlsson threw a little too hard. This will fall back to Markstrom, and he will hold. Could have been a 2-on-0 opportunity with Smith and Karlsson there, but just a little bit too hard across the right wall. As you get to take a look at Bruce Cassidy, former Boston Bruins head coach. Now you have Jim Montgomery over there, but Vegas 13-2-2 since the All-Star break, which is the best in the NHL. So the Fortress, Golden Knights, everything else, they're getting that in order right now. They still have the most amount of points in the Western Conference as Chandler Stephenson wins another draw. About 57% of the season is the very best in the NHL when it comes to draws. And that's always a luxury you want to have, especially in playoff time, where Vegas wants to get back. And this for the first time in 5 seasons last year. Picked up now off the backhand. Now Howden will keep this off the backhand as McNabb will try to fire it. And this one just goes over the net, but this is still dangerous. And then off the side of the net of Markstrom, off the right side of the post, as Coleman will try to get a piece of it, but it's turned over, and Vegas still has this. Mustard-colored jerseys are doing work right now. There's no Hanifin. Backlund put a dangerous backhand out there, but Vegas must have been in the midst of a change. They just didn't want to pressure that puck. As this will go back there, Howden will send it back to the decor. And now McNabb will get it. As this is picked up here for Jack Eichel, and Eichel will send this around the kick plate now. As Nikita Zadorov absolutely clothesline Barbashev, and Calgary Flames going to try to go the other way, but Dillon Dube gets hit up in the grill. As this is spun around now for Pietrangelo. Vegas trying to get this on their own end, and some more body contact near the left side boards as it stays in the Vegas defensive end now, 15-30. As this gets gloved down, and I think this is played with a high stick, so this will be blown dead. So Vegas has a 2-0 lead on the shot board, 15-20 in the first. Nothing yet left to go on the scoreboard just yet as we're in T-Mobile Arena in Sin City. So we're getting some looks on the TELUS SportsNet feed. On the side of it, you had Cotter there, you had Tanev there, and now we get a little bit of NHL CBC color style as they bring the feed back. But they were showing some of the backhand feeds of Markstrom having to make some saves in tight. Vegas scored first in their first 7 of the last 8 games. So they've really been 13-2-2 since the All-Star break, and they scored first in 7 out of 8. So they've always started on time, and that's what Darryl Sutter's squad wants to do. Lucic. Send this back to D now with Stetcher. Now Kadri. We'll go ahead and get to this and poke it. And now this will be a race to the puck across the blue line as this will get picked up by the Golden Knights in their own end. And they're going to look to settle this back down. Now Teddy Bluger. He was picked up from the trade deadline from the Pittsburgh Penguins. You're going to get Jonathan Quick there from the LA Kings and the former Columbus Blue Jacket, although he never technically suited up for them. He got traded for a 6th round pick. As this is picked up now, Phil Kessel lost it. Chris Tanev, pair of 8s, go ahead and pick this one up. And now Noah Hanifin gets the entry toward the right wing side. It's a 1-on-3, and this is picked up now by the Flames. They got this in their own, and as everyone else gets situated, but Vegas is very busy and behind the net. They try to fire a short side shot above the right post of Quick. Try to get sticked out of the air by Tanev, and Tanev will go back in his own end. Go ahead and play this. He'll get situated. He'll take a change. And Calgary is going to get full reinforcements there. 4 different players on the ice going to stay out there with Hanifin, who still has the puck now. As this is picked up into the neutral zone, Backlund's pass goes off a Golden Knight leg. And now it's a race for the puck and a great back check by Blake Coleman. He could have an opportunity there for Vegas on the other end off of another 2-on-1. But after that, Calgary does ice it. 13:53 left to go in the first, but still 2 shots to nothing in favor of VGK. And they got an offensive zone draw coming. So the one thing I did say that is holding true right now within this first about 7 minutes of this contest is the Flames have been all over this puck on defense. They're trying to do everything they can to stop the Golden Knights from getting anything done. They just haven't gotten anything done on the offensive end themselves. And boy, hasn't that been the story of the season. As Jonathan Huberdeau takes a no-look backhand pass in his own end, and then the pass into the neutral zone. It's a little bit too far off the backhand for Coleman. As it gets set now for Mikael Backlund, the left side wall. Picked up now in the middle of the circles as it's 2-on-3, and Calgary is just going to dump this in and try to get puck possession near the right side of the red line. Jonathan Huberdeau, as this is loose out front a couple times, Quick was down, and this was near his right pad as it got brushed aside. Coleman's going to send this back to the D, and they'll fire it. It just bounces off of William Karlsson's stick, and now Calgary has this on their own end toward the right side boards as Jonathan Huberdeau tried to go 1-on-3. And this is picked up by Mackenzie Weegar. Weegar gets it to Coleman off the backhand and settle it back down with Weegar. So it's Weegar and Rasmus Andersson on the ice right now on the defensive pair for Darryl Sutter's squad as this gets picked up now near the left side red line. And now here comes Vegas on a 3-on-2. Toward the right wing side looking for a cross pass entry. That got knocked away from Pavel Darryl. And now on the other side, this is Adam Ruzicka as he chopped at it. And they're going to blow this down as it was played the stick again. So 12:40 left to go in this first period. 2 shots to 1. We are scoreless here at T-Mobile. Come right back. Ridiculous moves that no one can pull off in real life. Lazard says, "Let's go Knights." Hey, I appreciate that, buddy. Following along. Again, they've done very well over the last side. Cooper Hopkins is not with me, I believe, so I'm going to be riding solo here for this broadcast. So you can say, go Knights on your side, and I appreciate that. And for him, he's going to need to get this win over the Knights and then also have the same results hold for Nashville and the Jets to lose in order to get back within 3 points. But that is going to be asking an awful lot because Flames do not have games in hand, just like the Jets do not. But I appreciate you following along. There's been a lot of scores to go over, and we'll do so in the first intermission, not only in the NHL, but we'll go through the NCAA tournament as well. I'll probably get a chance to catch a little bit more of that tomorrow. And then maybe I'll say either Sunday, Monday, probably Sunday at least, to be able to get some NCAA tourney action that will cover one of those games in there. I just wanted to throw the message out there to Cooper just in case he was available, but I'll cover this one solo tonight because I know that's a big game.
I'm a screen addicted tween. And if I'm not posted on social media, I don't feel seen. Oh my God, Mom, you gotta. No, keeping my eyes on the road, spinning off with driveways. Hey, driveways from Allstate, save for avoiding mayhem. Like me.
So all time in Vegas for the Calgary Flames. How about this? 0-7-1 with a minus 23 goal differential. So 0-7-1 with a minus 23 goal differential all time for Calgary inside Vegas. It's going to be a neutral zone draw upcoming here as Milan Lucic waiting toward the right wing side. Nazem Kadri will get set to take it, but this will be won by Jack Eichel. As this is pinball back into the neutral zone right now. Calgary this season, they've taken games out of 3 out of 4 points against Vegas. So they got another meeting after this, about another week or so, because it's Vegas, Dallas, and the LA Kings upcoming for the Calgary Flames. They have a soft serve schedule toward the end of it, but these last 3 games in particular that we're highlighting, these are big ones that they've got to be able to get points. They've got to be able to get points for the rest of the season, no doubt, but these are the hardest ones that they'll have left. And then they'll have another meeting with Vegas next week. As this is picked up off the backhand by Vegas, this is Jack Eichel, the former Buffalo Sabre. And they'll send this back here for Alec Martinez alongside Shea Theodore. And this will touch the stick of Jacob Markstrom. Tanev trying to make a quick backhand. We thought one of the Flames teammates would be there. As this gets spun around the embankment now. Tanev got to be the first to get to it for Calgary. Trying to go left to right are the Flames in this first period off the 2-on-2. They'll like to take a long wrist shot. And this just bounced off the kick plate. Now in behind the net, Mangiapane trying to center it through, but there's nobody but gold-colored jerseys here as this is picked up by Tanev in his own end one more time. He'll make this drop pass here for Noah Hanifin, and now Noah Hanifin from Lindholm. And now Toffoli from Lindholm will fire it right on. This goes up the body of Jonathan Quick as this is picked up here by the Golden Knights and Michael Amadio. Send it back to the defensive side with Alec Martinez and Alex Pietrangelo. Pietrangelo will have it now. This will spin around the net with Braden McNabb, and this will pick it up now off the stick, and this is offside. It's trying to get brushed by Ruzicka, but one of the Flames was offside, so we'll do it again with 11 minutes left to go in the first frame. Just 3 shots to 2 in favor of VGK at T-Mobile. I got the TELUS SportsNet feed for today, watching this one on ESPN+. Tomorrow will be a game-time decision. One I'll be covering a game. It'll be an NCAA tournament game. It'll be an off day. But Saturday I will definitely be back. That'll either be the Flames and the Stars, or we'll figure it out for any NCAA tournament games. We can't get over the Cooper on that side. But I figured I had to do this one because this is a huge game against Vegas right now. This is picked up here by William Karlsson. And now toward the left side, red line. This will be Rasmus Andersson. Try to pick it up now off the forehand. And Rasmus Andersson has some trouble in his own end. Stick lift puck battle. Coleman gets knocked down as you get an extreme close-up in between 2 Golden Knights that took out Coleman. And off the backhand, this is a no-look, as this is a spin by Mikael Backlund here from Huberdeau. And now Huberdeau, I'm trying to get this off his backhand. He tried to paste this one right to Coleman, but that really wasn't a great pass. It was not open. And this will allow Vegas to send this one back down here to Jacob Markstrom. As we're almost at the halfway marker, it's going to be scoreless right now at this point if it holds. One of the Flames has to go back, but that'll be all right because Nikita Zadorov will end up picking it up anyway. So Nikita Zadorov now for Adam Ruzicka. As Troy Stetcher, he's the one actually on the forecheck side, so one of the forwards will have to peel back. That's Ruzicka as he tried to fire it near the left side dot into the traffic, looking for a tip in front. That was Nick Ritchie, and this is picked up now by Vegas. Again, the brothers were traded for each other about a couple weeks ago. Stetcher will fire this around the embankment. This touches the stick of Jonathan Quick. Nazem Kadri was the one forechecker, but it's 1-on-3 back in the defensive end. And at the 9:35 marker, we're scoreless between the Flames and the Golden Knights. It's been a quick-moving game, and you're not going to get a chorus of boos right now at T-Mobile Arena when the defenseman's playing back in their own end like you would on the road, as they were trying to be judicious off that breakout. They pick it up across the center ice emblem, and it took 3 players to dispossess Jack Eichel from the puck, as the Flames got to get this knocked away from the zebra, got an actual skate blade on it, and now the Flames will flip this back down. They've gained the red line, so it's not ice. Now Pietrangelo will send it back to the former Los Angeles King, Alec Martinez, who Darryl Sutter knows well. He won a couple of cups there. This is picked up by Rasmus Andersson alongside Mackenzie Weegar. And now to Andrew Mangiapane as he'll flip this toward the right wing side. And now Pietrangelo pick this off the back pass. Alec Martinez, I thought he would go for it, but it's William Karlsson now in his own, and he'll get this after it bounces off the Flame, and they'll gain the red line, does Vegas, and they'll flip it in and take their change. So very auspicious start as Rasmus Andersson almost ran into the net. And now Elias Lindholm, here's a good-looking stretch pass, trying to make something off the backhand. Good-looking play, but this was Toffoli trying to keep this alive as this stays with the Flames, having to spin around as Mackenzie Weegar. Now Toffoli trying to be the first to get to it off a couple of stick battles. Now with Martinez nicely able to get this ahead. It's a 3-on-3 toward the right wing side of the wall. Open in the middle of the slot is McNabb. Big save! And oh, did it go off the crossbar off the top of the net? I thought McNabb had scored. He had his hands in the air. He was celebrating, but the play is still alive. I think he kissed the top of the crossbar. So the Flames dodge a huge bullet as there was a man open in the middle of the slot. My goodness. Now to the right side of the cage. Coleman will pick this up. We have no goal right now as this is in between the middle of the circles. Tanev fires to the traffic. And now here are the Flames. It's a spin shot and right in the catching glove of Jonathan Quick. We'll have to take another look at that replay when it comes across. One of the Vegas Golden Knights had their hands in the air. It was McNabb. Oh, he ripped it off the top of the crossbar, and it stayed out toward the left wing, and we go to commercial break. My goodness.
I'm a screen addicted queen. And I'm not posting on social media. I don't feel seen. Oh my God.
And that was close there for Braden McNabb. He was wide open in the middle of the circle off the drop pass. He got the shot on. I'm just doing the play-by-play, Jonathan. What's going on here, buddy? I can't show you the game on the YouTube side. Not that I would ever be monetized. It'd be demonetized. So I'm just giving you the play-by-play between the Flames and the Golden Knights. We do this every so often. I got like maybe 4 out of 7 days a week that we'll get this done. We'll mix it in between hockey, basketball, baseball, college affiliates. Probably get some March Madness stuff. So this is usually what I do, try to interact with the people that are in here. We don't always get a ton, but this is what I will normally have on there since I can't show the game. But that was a close opportunity for McNabb. He had it in the middle of the circles. And then once he got the rebound back, he fired it above the top of the crossbar, and it found its way toward the left side faceoff dot. If you want clear audio, if you just want to be able to listen alongside, you can do so on Twitter Spaces. Is that John Reinott? Same tag as it is on YouTube. As we're getting the look again, and man, that was just ripped off the top of the crossbar. Jacob Markstrom made the first save with the right pad. Second one, he got built up by his best friend. So I know they said this on the SportsNet feed between Kelly Hurdy and Rick Ball. So look at the Irish when he kept that one out. He got the help from his best friend on the top of that crossbar. So this will try to be a defensive zone draw. There's a stick that was broken in half. The handle of the stick, at least, maybe at least for Vegas. One of them is without a stick. The faceoff win is for the Flames, and this goes off the right side wall. And the Knight without a stick is just trying to kick this in toward the center circles. It's deflected in off of a skate blade of Nick Ritchie, as this is picked up now by the Golden Knights. And they'll get this in the offensive end toward the left wing side as Tanev takes a spill. Adam Ruzicka trying to keep this alive, trying to get puck possession in the Vegas offensive end. This is still alongside the right side wall. This will be sent back D-to-D, and this is fired by Zach Whitecloud, and I think it brushed one of the Flames. Stop momentum of the puck. Either way, it's going to be Jacob Markstrom that holds on to it. So it's going to be a defensive zone draw upcoming here for Calgary. We're still scoreless right now. What's going on? How are you doing, my friend? I appreciate you guys on the YouTube side, riding solo right now. We're usually alongside Cooper Hopkins taking in Flames games. I know he's been really busy with work. It's been about a week and a half since we've been able to work together because I had a busy week last week trying to get all the other appointments and everything else in. I wasn't able to stream a lot, so glad that we could join and bring this in. I'll make sure that I get some college basketball games in as far as the tournament as well, but I had to get this one in tonight. 6:40 left to go. In the first, we are scoreless, 5-4, as this is picked up by VGK. Now, Amadio tries to get this toward the right wing side, as Howden will send this out in front, but it's intercepted by Mackenzie Weegar, as the Flames will gain the red line side and in toward the clear. Toward the right side of the red line, it's VGK now, as this gets picked off here by Blake Coleman. Now it's a battle near the left side wall with Alex Pietrangelo. This stays with the Flames. Settle back down, trying to get a shot out in front as Mikael Backlund was providing the screen, but it never got close enough to even drop it quick. So 6:05 left to go in this first. Calgary gains the entry in the offensive end, trying to pick this up as it's loose in front of the circles, but this goes to the Golden Knights, and Braden McNabb and Pietrangelo can settle it down as they get in the offensive end now. They're open in the high slot. They try to play a pass to Jack Eichel, but he's going to pick it up now. With Jonathan Marchessault, Eichel will spin. Still stays with it. His stature tries to stick look, and nobody can possess Jack off the puck now. But it's 3-on-3. Nazem Kadri going to have to try to chip and chase this into himself, get around Pietrangelo and McNabb. As this is Tanev, he brushed in and he got smoked by Barbashev the other way. It's been a pretty physical game. It's 5-4. Vegas is at edge, but we don't have a score just yet in this game. Picked up now near the right side wall, though Braden McNabb did brush the top of the crossbar with his second opportunity on a shot. As the Flames and Golden Knights will take a change as it's Tanev. We'll drop it to the defensive partner, Noah Hanifin. Hanifin finds Toffoli on the left wing side. He'll just fire right onto the stomach of Jonathan Quick, and he will hold. As we have 5-5, and we are scoreless. We're taking another commercial break with 5 minutes left. Again, as we get into the first intermission, I'll have a lot of NHL scores to go over. We'll go over some of the NCAA college basketball scores as well. It's been a very busy night, so I don't think it's going to be all too in-depth. I'll try to get them through as quickly as possible. We'll probably do in-depth as far as the hockey stuff just because it's what we're covering tonight. I don't want to cut people short on that end. And if Cooper does come in here, then we will bring him in, but I don't think he's going to be available. I tried to reach out a couple days ago just to see, but I haven't gotten any responses yet. So that's all right. We'll get this done. And then once this game is done, I'll have the complete coverage in on this side. And then it'll be at hopelesssportsguy.wordpress.com per usual. As we always get all the written stuff with the play-by-play.
This is a bowling trophy.
Yeah, biggest one they had.
Okay, thanks.
Slots your thing? Then take ours for a spin and go for the win with the Bet Rivers Casino app, featuring hundreds of slots like Hypernova Mega Waves, All Aboard Dynamite Dash, Ultimate Fire Lake China Street, and Hurricane Horse Coin Combo. So you can always be sure when you're ready to play, so are we. Plus, with award-winning customer service.
So we're just in the middle of a commercial break. The shots are 5-5. We are scoreless between Calgary and Vegas. And again, there are some score highlights that we will have to go over as well because they are of large importance to the Flames that are 5 points out of a playoff spot heading into tonight. They're 30-24-14 on the season. And for Vegas, they're 42-20-6.
SportsNet 360 and Pacific. Don't forget that all games are available on SportsNet now.
All right, thank you.
So Rasmus Andersson will spin this one back, and they score. So after a face-off win, it was Rasmus Andersson. He sent it right across to Mackenzie Weegar, fires it right on, and it beats Jonathan Quick. And that's the first goal of the game at 4:54 in the first. Mackenzie Weegar gives the Flames a 1-0 lead. So Elias Lindholm wins the draw. It's Rasmus Andersson, patient for Weegar, lets it go. No screen out in front, no traffic. It's just Weegar that puts it in. He kind of pinballs it off of the give back, and the Flames take the lead. And that was really big because on the other end, when you talk about McNabb, he had an opportunity for Vegas to get the first goal of the game, and his second opportunity brushed the top of the crossbar. So Weegar with his second from Andersson and Toffoli as the Flames are out in front first. The first goal since December 31st of the calendar term for Mackenzie Weegar. And now the Flames have us on the right wing side trying to work in the middle of the slot as Elias Lindholm will pick it up now near the right side of the dot. This is an opportunity for Arveyev to send this one down, and Calgary is 23-9-6 when scoring first. But they've got to be able to get a win in Vegas. They are 0-7-1 at T-Mobile Arena right now. That's where they are. The next game is going to be in Calgary. That will be the last of the 4-game season series in the Pacific, as this will be Nick Ritchie and Stetcher. We'll go ahead and pick this one up now as he gets the feed. And this is passed back from Backlund. They try to look for another long deflection shot. Now Dillon Dube off of a sharp angle. That rattled off the outside of the cage. And this is picked up now across the red line now. Off the spin move, Ruzicka gets denied. As they are going across all the score lines now on Sportsnet. I will make sure that we get to those in the first intermission. Dillon Dube has this now on the right wing side as he gets a couple of spins. He's just trying to get around Michael Amadio. But Dube, excellent job, stays with the puck. He works his way to the left side dot now. Picked up by Ruzicka, fired short side, but it blocked and got hit by one of the Golden Knights. 3:20 left to go. The first hit, some huge body contact off the reverse hit as players take the change. If you run into Nikita Zadorov, you're going to pay the price. 3:10 left to go in the first as this gets sent back down. Here's Backlund now. You got around Nicholas Hague, and this is picked up by Jonathan Quick off the rebound opportunity with 3:03 left to go in the first frame. The Flames have taken the lead. It's Mackenzie Weegar with his second of the season from December 31st. That's the last time he scored since the calendar term of 2022. And Cotter and Zadorov, they collided in full front. It's more of a reverse hit. It's really hard to knock Nikita Zadorov off his body. 20 hits and 4 blocks in the last 10 games for big Nikita Zadorov, former Avalanche man. This is picked up now on the left side of the red line with the face-off win by the Flames. 2:50 left to go as Coleman being held off, and now Huberdeau will spin. He'll pick this one up and try to send this off of one of the Golden Knights. I'm not exactly sure where Jonathan Huberdeau was trying to pass. Maybe in the middle of the slot, but there was no Flame there. It was just kind of a hopeful pass. As this will go back here for Hanifin. And now this gets picked up by Chandler Stephenson, but he lost it off his escape lane. He was in the open in the middle of the slot as it's 4-on-3, picked up by Vegas in their own end now. 2:20 left to go in this first draw here with it. We're getting the TELUS SportsNet feed right now. 6-5 as Calgary flips this in. The left side of the red line, Mackenzie Weegar, he was the latest goal scorer. He's the only goal scorer right now. As Rasmus Andersson will try to make this pass there with Kadri. It's turned over, and some good body contact by Weegar again. Brush that aside, but this is in between the legs of one of the Flames. Picked up near the right side dot for Vegas. Tried to center it off of Markstrom, but he makes the save. He tried to hit it right off the backside with the Golden Knights. But Markstrom saw it out in front, held it, saved it. So it's going to be an offensive zone draw upcoming here for VGK. 6-5, and Mackenzie Weegar with the only goal of the game so far. Lazarb says boo on that side. It's I think it's going to be pretty close, Lazarb, as far as what happens. We know who the most desperate team's going to be, but I will not count out Vegas as far as the way that they played, even with all the injuries. We've seen what happened in this last meeting between these two. It was Calgary with a 2-goal lead. They were up 3-1 in the third, and they lost in OT. So this game is not going to be over by a long stretch of the imagination. This is picked up with Marchessault. He tries to bounce it off the Flames and picked up now by Calgary. It's Hanifin. Lindholm patient near the left circle. Fired it to the screen. Quick made the first save as Mangiapane got knocked down. I think he got hit by the puck. Golden Knights trying to get this out of their own end. Toffoli. This goes in between his legs. And this is kept in nicely by the Flames. Fire it right on. Blocker save by Quick. Mangiapane sees it go over his head. And now Adam Ruzicka. Spin near the right side of the red line. Drops it here for Troy Stetcher with Elias Lindholm. bounces it off the escape blades in Mangiapane. And now we've got a minute left to go here in the first as Alex Pietrangelo will pick it up in his own end. But Calgary, first to get to it, is Adam Ruzicka, eludes the hit, sidesteps it, gets it toward the right side of the red line, and this gets flipped back down. This will not be iced as Rasmus Andersson will pick it up in his own end. It's 8 shots to 6 in favor of the Flames. They got the first goal as Andersson tries to get the entry, but this goes right back to Alex Pietrangelo. He spun around a little bit too cautious there, almost turned it right over as this is picked up as there was a crunch by Coleman. Right side boards. Here's Karlsson. He tried to feather a pass to Amadio. Karlsson going to go ahead and get this one back, and the play is blown dead. Are we going to get a whistle, or what are we going to get here? 25 seconds left to go in the first. I think this will be Nick Ritchie. He's going to get the penalty, so it's going to put Vegas on the power play with just under 26 seconds left to go in the first. If they don't score, they're going to get carryover power play time. And if you're the Flames, that's the last thing that you want to do is give carryover power play time and give life to Vegas right now because this game's been pretty close. But still, you had the lead in the last game that you played. You've split the season series so far, but you've not won a game in T-Mobile. 0-7-1 is Calgary. So Marchessault waiting on the right wing side, but this is a defensive zone draw win as Tanev and Hanifin will send this one back down. So this will kill some time as this gets picked up by Quick. And Quick is going to leave it now here for the Vegas power play. This will be an opportunity for Nicholas Hague as this will get picked up now in the middle of the circles. Here's a back pass. Hit the bar again. Vegas hit the bar for a second time. And this gets cleared down the ice. It's still 1-0 Calgary. They turned it right over near the right side of the faceoff dot. And skating right in was Vegas off the touch pass, off the backhand. And Marchessault fires it just wide off of a give and go. That could have easily been a 2-1 lead for Vegas after one. But as it stands, it's 1-0 Calgary. And when we come back, Vegas is still on the power play, and we will call the second period. See you then. So I'm going to go ahead and type this goal in really quick, and we're going to get the notes, and then I will take you across the league and as far as everything else that we have going on, because there's a ton. So I'm going to do my best right now to get this typed in. Thankfully, there won't be a lot of notes as far as dangerous scoring opportunities, but still going to mark those in. So we're 1-0 after one in favor of the Calgary Flames. We're in T-Mobile Arena right now. John here with you on this first intermission. I'm just going to type this goal in, write a couple of notes, and then we will take you around the league. So it's Mackenzie Weegar from Rasmus Andersson and Tyler Toffoli at 15:05. Nothing for Vegas in that period as far as goals. It's Markstrom and Quick in net tonight.
This is a bowling trophy.
Yeah, biggest one they had.
Okay, thanks.
Let's get you the first period particulars. So Quick has stopped 7 out of 8. Jacob Markstrom stopped 6 out of 6. We'll just go across some of the other stats. 8 shots to 6 after 1. 17 hits to 11, and this is just over the first for Calgary. And the face-offs are pretty dead even, but Calgary's got that slight edge at 8-7 on that side.
Especially on a really busy night in the NHL and Flames fans, you're actually going to like what's unfolding in this playoff race. So Bruins taking on the Jets. Trent Frederick, Bruins' first shot
All right, so all I have right now as far as the notes, again, put that in there. So off an offensive zone draw, Winger gets the pass from Anderson and scores on a fluttering shot that beats Quick. Again, we had the stats. There was a very good defensive period across the board. Darryl Sutter, he shuffled all the lines right now. Calgary needs to be able to get into this game. They need points. They're 5 points out of WC2, and that's where we are right now. After one, Calgary's got the lead. Vegas on the power play. They got abbreviated minute 30 left over. So let's take you in the NHL scoreboard. We'll first go over the ones that are finished. So this is going to be a good setup for the Calgary Flames because both teams that are ahead of them lost tonight. So the Boston Bruins get a 3-0 win over the Winnipeg Jets. It was Trent Frederick and Pavel Zacha in the first, and Tomas Nosek in the empty net as it's a 3-0 shutout. Connor Hellebuck stopped 21 out of 23. Jeremy Swayman, he was a busy man tonight. He stopped 36 out of 36 as Boston gets the shutout victory. They are 51-11-5. Winnipeg 38-28-3. Their lead is 5. If the Flames win, it will be down to 3. And the other one that you have to talk about as far as what matters, the Nashville Predators, they have 3 games in hand after tonight because the Flames are still in action. They lost to the Chicago Blackhawks. They do not get a chance to gain ground. Lucas Reichel opened the scoring for Chicago from Andreas Athanasiou. No goals in the second. Joey Anderson made it 2-0. Former Toronto Maple Leaf from Boris Kachuk from the Tampa Bay Lightning now on the Chicago Blackhawks. It was 2-0. Roman Josi with his 18th, the 1935 from Tommy Novak and Philip Tomasino. But it wasn't enough. Yusei Saro stopped 19 of 21. And Alex Stalock, he was huge, stopped 35 out of 36. So Flames got what they needed tonight. Both those teams have lost. They need to get this win in regulation. It's not about getting overtime points at this point. Get within 3, not within 4. That's what Cooper Hopkins would tell you if he's here. So we'll go over the rest of it. A couple wild ones. So the Avalanche, they came out to a big lead, especially after 2, but the Sens were able to fight. But the Sens have essentially now, remember it was a couple weeks ago when we did our broadcast together in the sense of I was saying the Sens have been a little bit of a heater. They might make a push. They just got Chickering and all that. Well, nope. That got canceled right off. It's the Colorado Avalanche. They win 5-4. Kel McCarr and Val Nichushkin opened the scoring. Kel McCarr also got an assist, and Mikko Rantanen got a couple of assists already on that side of it. So the big boys were already getting it done. It was Drake Batherson with the final one of the first in 1933. It was a 2-1 lead for Colorado after 1. Then Mikko Rantanen, Evan Rodriguez, and Lars Eller. It was 5-2 after 2. Shane Pinto got the lone goal. The one thing I saw that I can talk about really quickly here for Lars Eller is there was a play that was sent down the ice that I saw. I saw this on the Avalanche social media side. Sent down the ice. Don't know. Again, I'm going to go ahead and look real quick so I can see who was in net. Mads Sogard. He thought he covered the puck, but it was loose, and Lars Eller just brushed it in, and the play was never blown dead. And what could have been 4-2 could have been a 4-4 tie, but the 3-goal lead was enough because it was Travis Hamonic and Brady Tkachuk scoring on the power play, but all that left it was 5-4. So Colorado won in regulation. Mads Sogard took the loss, 25 out of 30, and let me make sure I get this right. Jonas Johansson, the 27-year-old out of Sweden, gets his first NHL start of the season, or at least of record. He stops 32 of 36. He gets the win, and the 89 save percentages. The Abs get a big 2 points. They still want to have a say of what happens in the Central. And the Rangers, they get a 4-2 win. The Blue Shirts win at home against the Pens. The Pens don't pick up any points in the wildcard race because of Zibanejad. The lone goal in the first from Martin Panarin and Vlad Tarasenko. And then Ricard Raquel ties it up with 14:40 in the second as the goals come late. Tyler Mott was reacquired by the Rangers. He scores 16:53 unassisted. Rangers go up 2-1. Jake Getzel once again ties it 2-2 at 9:09 from Crosby and Raquel, but the Rangers finish it off. Chris Kreider gets his 29th from Fox and Patty Kane, and Chris Kreider into the empty net for his 30th from Trocheck and Zibanejad. They win 4-2 due to the Blue Shirts. Igor Shesterkin takes it 30 out of 32 for a 938. Tristan Jarry ends up with a loss, 912 save percentage, 31 out of 34. As the Blue Shirts improve to 39, 19, and 10, Pittsburgh falls to 34, 24, and 10 on the season. And again, they do not pick up any points in that Eastern wild card. They have the first spot. This was a wild, wild game. Do you want to take a guess? Let's see if anyone else is in here. Do you want to take a guess how many goals were scored in the first period by the Florida Panthers? They scored 7 times in the first period. They had a 7-3 lead of the Montreal Canadiens. They held on to a 9-5 final. They scored 7 in the first, 2 in the second, none in the third, 3-1-1 for Montreal as far as the scoring line is concerned. I'm just going to list the names. So Mike Matheson opened the scoring for Montreal. It was 1-0. Colin White, Carter Verhaeghe answered for Florida. It was Montreal that made it 2-2 with Anthony Richard. Gustav Forsling 3-2, a 3-3 tie for Michael Pizzetia. And then it was Aaron Ekblad, Ryan Lundberg, Sam Reinhart, and Carter Verhaeghe. 7-3 after 1. Then 3 more goals again. Raphael Harvey-Pinard made it 7-4 as Montreal tried to get closer, but they really couldn't. It was Aaron Ekblad and Matthew Tkachuk finished it off in the second, and then they held on to a 9-5 lead as Rem Pitlick scored on the power play for Montreal. So Sergei Bobrovsky gave up a 5 spot, but he still won comfortably by 4. He stepped 25 out of 30. And Jake Allen again was pulled for the second consecutive game. He gave up 6 on 18 opportunities, only stopped 12, and Sam Montembeault had to try to clean up the mess, but Jake Allen takes the loss. Sam Montembeault stops 21 and 24. Crazy game that was. The rest of these are all in action. At the end of 2, it's a 2-0 lead for Edmonton over Dallas. Matthias Janmark and Warren Fogle scored in the first. There was nothing in the second, as Dallas is close to being shut out. Canucks and Coyotes are 1-1. Our game is 1-0 Flames over the night so far. Blue Jackets and Kings are scoreless, 12:07 in the first. Kraken and Sharks, the same thing. We will get you to the, and I'll just pull this up because I have it in front of me. It's just faster than trying to find it. I was typing this up for the site, and I'll get this all updated tomorrow, but the game story and everything else will follow once it's done. So final scores for the NCAA tournament. Again, it's one and done. So Alabama, they defeated Texas A&M Corpus Christi, the number 1 seed, 96-75. Same thing for Kansas on the other end of the West region. They beat Howard 96-68. Princeton got the upset. Number 2 Arizona Wildcats, they're out. They lost 59-55. Duke destroyed Oral Roberts 74-51. Furman got the upset over Virginia 68-67. It's the San Diego State. They defeated Charleston 63-57. Missouri Tigers, they beat the Utah State Aggies 76-65. Maryland Terrapins, they got the win over the Mountaineers of West Virginia 67-65. Arkansas Razorbacks defeat the Fighting Illini 73-63 as Illinois goes down in the Big Ten side of it, and Auburn defeated Iowa as the Hawkeyes go down, another Big Ten loss, 83-75. We'll see if I have any other finals that went across. Texas, they beat Colgate 81-61. And is there any other ones that I missed? Not yet. UCLA, they're destroying UNC Asheville, the number 2 seed. The Bruins are up 40-21. Tennessee against Louisiana, they're up 37-23. And Houston, they're in a battle right now with Northern Kentucky. Former Summit League pals of Oakland University, my alma mater, the Golden Grizzlies. Northern Kentucky's hanging in there right now. In the second, they're only down 2 against Houston Cougars, 36-34. That could be the biggest upset. Houston is 31-3 on the season in the Midwest region that they are right now. They're the number 1 seed. So I'm going to take a quick break, and I will be right back. And then we will get into the second period action. I appreciate you guys following along. I appreciate the 4 likes. It's about as much as I ever get. So I am very thankful, very much so. Again, we do this because it's fun.
Your annual exam.
Exactly. I'm here because I'm having trouble
Reading. Exactly. They
sort of make me feel
Like I'm the most fabulous thing you've ever seen.
Saturday Hockey Night in Canada when they host Dallas 10 Eastern, 8 on SportsNet and CBC. Eric Francis says Rick called you Mr. Las Vegas. Great to have you back with us, Eric. And let's just talk a little bit about that puck luck, if you will. That's always been that way for Calgary this season, but we're starting to see a little bit more of it.
You know, I promised myself I wouldn't use the term luck of the Irish, but
We wish you would.
I have to go there. The puck luck was the difference in the first period. You know, the Vegas Golden Knights hit the crossbar there and a goal over. McNabb was sure it went in, and I think everyone in the building thought for a second that it was, but the Flames get a bit of a break and it doesn't go in. Plus they missed a rebound there. And then, of course, as we called it, a beautiful muffin. You know, that's not a very good shot, but it beats one of the hottest goalies in the league over the last couple of weeks, and that's a bit like the Flames too. Exactly, and you know what? This team has not had much puck luck this year, so I don't think they should make any apologies for when they do get it.
What do you make of the Lions? I know that's a big surprise to the audience, certainly online, and I think to anybody watching this game and watching this team. What did you make of the additions and the subtractions?
Listen, roll the dice. You're in a building where you've never won. I'm okay with putting it in a blender and trying all sorts of new things. The team is looking.
Invention is an act of determination to go where you couldn't before.
Jay not being in the lineup, but you know, these guys right now, well, the one thing I will say is I think it was high time that they split up Huberdeau and Kadri. That was a combination that hasn't been working for the bulk of the season. So I'm okay with them splitting it up. No, I don't like Dube on the fourth line. I think he deserves something better than that, but someone's got to be on the fourth line. I don't think it's fair that Kadri's being stuck, you know, between two muckers in Lewis and Lucic, but someone's got to be in that line anyway. So I like that they're rolling the dice. Not everyone's going to be happy with it.
Jacob Pelche on that topic?
Listen, I was sitting up there in the press box with him. I went up to him. I said, look, you guys broke the internet. When I just tweeted out there that you guys aren't going to play tonight, everybody's furious because everyone's so excited about these youngsters. They want to see them in the lineup. But I got to tell you, first of all, Pelche hasn't been that productive of late. He made a big mistake in the overtime game, cost his team a point. And just talking to him now, he owned it. He said, that was my mistake. I cost my team a point. I'm going to learn from it. Sometimes you have to take a step back to move too forward. This kid is so mature, so smart. He's taking this the proper way, and he hasn't been productive. I think it's 8 or 9 games he doesn't have a point. I don't have a problem with him not being in the lineup tonight. And this kid's taking it the right way, so no one should have their nose at a joint because he's okay with it.
30 seconds left. That shot ball.
Yeah, you know, shot volume has been a story all year long. This team gets a ton of shots, doesn't get a ton of goals. The differential will show right here. I asked Kirk Muller today, how do you bridge the gap between getting all those shots on goal and making more of them count? He said, our philosophy, and I've never heard anyone put it this way, is the most dangerous thing to defend is a shot on goal because of the chaos that can ensue. Whether it's a rebound, a screen, it goes into the corner in a funny way, you beat them to the puck, you hit a guy. That's the mentality that they're going to stick with for the rest of the
All right, we're going to begin set for the second period. See the players in the tunnel. We're going to get one more commercial break, and then we will take you into the second period here. It'll be a 1-0 lead for the Flames getting the second frame, but they're going to have to kill off a penalty from VGK on that side as Richie is in the box.
And since anyone can create a free plan at Fidelity, Nina has a plan based on what matters most to her.
And this was the question of the night that I posed. I said, will the Calgary Flames get a win in regulation tonight against VGK? They get closer to WC2. It is a 3-2 split right now in the 5 votes. So far, yes has the favorite.
Invention is an act of determination to go where you couldn't before. Achieve goals that once felt out of reach. That's why engineers didn't just redesign the Honda Trail Sport. They built the most off-road capable Honda SUV ever. The all-new Pilot Trail Sport, part of the Honda line of rugged vehicles.
Hey, Seth, getting ready to roll? Yep, road trip. Now that I'm rolling with Verizon, I get why more people choose it. Nice. And I got this incredible iPhone 14 Pro on that. Oh, love the camera. So you got an amazing network and save money doing it. That's how I roll. Oh, no.
I'll make sure I throw the cough drop in so I can feel the voice kind of hitting a little bit. Not sick or anything, but
to go 10-2-2 to reach 96 points. And that has been right in around the number to make the playoffs, and so they've got a lot of work to do for these remaining games.
All right, they do lead this one 1-0. Start the second period with a minute 35 left in the Nick Ritchie interference penalty.
So I know this was just said by Kelly Erde on the other side, but if the Flames are going to make the playoffs, they're saying 96 points might be the marker. They'd have to go 10-2-2 the rest of the way to do so. So that could be tough sledding, but they have an opportunity to make up a couple of points tonight as both teams in front of them lost. Since the Preds and the Jets went down, they have an opportunity to get within 3 points of WC2. As Backlund shorthanded, he's going to shoot this in the left circle, and this is stopped by the left pad of Jonathan Quick. So still a minute 5 left of carryover power play time here for VGK as they'll attempt to go left or right, and this will be picked up here by Markstrom as it's sent back around by Rasmus Andersson, but it's kept in by Marchessault. Now Vegas has this as Eichel will spin near the left side wall. Patient off the backhand, plays a no-look for Theodore as this gets sent back down for Marchessault. Now it's Theodore, and that was an open glove save, but still a good-looking shot by Theodore. Markstrom makes the save as he lifted it toward that right post. If Markstrom didn't save that, that was going in the back of the net, no doubt. So they just showed it on the other end. Jack Eichel trying to make a dipsy doodle around one of the Flames. He turns it over, and Backlund gets a short side shot. Tried to shoot a 5-hole on Jonathan Quick. Makes the save on that end. Markstrom makes the save on the other end by a good-looking shot from Shea Theodore. So 1 for 6 on the power play this season against the Flames. They have 45 seconds left to go in this power play here. They would have the first of the game. That's what they got right now, as it's 30 seconds carryover time still. It's picked up in the high slot, saved by Markstrom, and the second opportunity goes wide across the blue paint. Davidev just missed it, as this is picked up now by Amadio. He tried to center it out in front of the circles, and now in the high slot near the left circle now is Vegas. They'll fire it short side, but it just bounces off the kick plate and gets sent all the way down as a clear. So that's a break for the Flames as Alex Pietrangelo will play this now here for Reilly Smith. Smith gets in across the Knight logo as this is picked up off the backhand. And now it's an opportunity for Amadio. Now for Smith. Rasmus Andersson trying to bother him as a couple of the Knights and Flames go down. It's loose in front of the blue paint, but this is picked up by the Flames. Nazem Kadri with a back pass. This is a chance for Ritchie, who just came out of the box. It was Nick Ritchie, and now it's Nazem Kadri off the backhand. He sends this back to Diaz. They'll fire it on. Zadorov puts it onto the screen in front, being applied by Ritchie, but it was saved by the right pad of Jonathan Quick. This is still kept in, though. Zadorov trying to keep it alive off the backhand, and it will fall back to him in the neutral zone as Jonathan Huberdeau gains the entry on the left wing. Here's the cross pass, and that was nicely stick lifted by the Golden Knights. It's 3-on-3, and now it's a 1-on-1 race as far as the puck pickup. Mackenzie Weegar now trying to get this away from William Karlsson. He does so as Nikita Zadorov will just ring this all the way down. This bounces off of one of the Golden Knights and goes to the left side of the red line as Whiteclaw will spin it around the defensive partner of Haig. And this will go back down the other way for Chris Tanev. Tanev he's being bothered by Stephenson. He almost lost an edge. And this will go back to center now for the Vegas Golden Knights. Whiteclaw picks it up here for Haig. Now Amadio drops it across as Chandler. Stephenson picks it up the left side wall. Haig plays it here for Amadio. And now Whitecloud, he fires. This is in a stick shift to Markstrom. Where is it? Now it's near the left side of the red line. Picked up now near the left up for Michael Amadio. And this is stick checked right to the Golden Knights, and this will fall back to Whitecloud. They'll take this D to D as it's picked up in the high slot. Whitecloud near the right side blue line. Spin it around for Chandler. Stephenson. He tried to center it right up for Amadio. And Tanev gets the interception. Tanev now patient and toward the right wing side as this is trying to be picked up by Dillon Dube. Gets it off the cancel. Dube gives it now for Tanev in behind the net. As this works now, but Lindholm, he centers it out here for Mangiapane, and this is trying to get picked up by the Flames. Good back pass to Toffoli. Walks in. He hit the post. Did it go in? Toffoli celebrating. I think he scored. This went off the left post and in. Toffoli gets it off a back pass from the Flames. He's able to walk right in from a Lindholm setup, and it's 2-0 Calgary. I almost was hesitant to see whether or not he scored. Elias Lindholm had it in behind the net, and then off a back pass, Toffoli has to beat 3 Golden Knights. Again, he's got a couple of skate blade separations, but he holds and drags from backhand to forehand, finishes it off in tight and teapot, gives the Flames a 2-0 lead. And this is monumental, but again, just about last week and a half ago, they had a 2-goal lead heading in the third period of Vegas, and they couldn't hold it. They ended up having to get the loser point in overtime when they had a 3-1 lead. They lost 4-3. They're up 2-1 right now in this game with 16 minutes left to go. Here's a chance for Backlund as he'll fire it. He was trying to get a look there for Huberdeau. And now we got a fight for Stecher and Paul Cotter. As Cotter tries to get a couple overhands, he's getting blistered off a couple off the side of his mask, and now they're just throwing jabs. Cotter trying to turn back over. He's got a big uppercut on the other end. Guys can't get their hands loose, so just grab more jerseys. Overhand for Stecher, but it's still the helmet between these two. They're punching nothing more than that. Cotter does get the takedown, so he's going to win the fight, but the buckets were still on, so when the lefts and right hands are punching the buckets, they're going to have some bruises on their knuckles there. But you get 5 for fighting there for Stecher and for Cotter, as Tyler Toffoli has just scored again for the Flames. It's a 2-0 lead for Calgary. So this is big time right now. And again, as we said, with the Jets loss and the Preds loss, the Flames can get within 3 points. As Stecher and Cotter, they were pushing each other and saying, you want to go? And then immediately the sticks and gloves came right off. And there was no hesitation in the players' bench. Stecher got a couple of uppercut bombs down there at Cotter, and then Cotter got a couple of overhand lefts, as both of them are shaking their head and saying, good fight. That was a pretty good scrap. And if you're just getting that news from the QMJHL, the Quebec Major Junior League on that side, they're going to ban fighting. But again, that's more sort for 15, 16-year-olds. I don't think that's going to work their way into the NHL. Some people are really good with it. Some people are not. I think I'd be okay with it considering it's 15, 16-year-olds, but you want to be able to police yourself at one point, especially when you get into the big leagues. You got to be careful, and you got to be able to protect yourself at all times. That's what I'll say, because there are some leagues overseas, especially in the Swedish leagues, where fighting is completely banned. So you got to keep that in mind. So there was a jersey rip on the other side of one of the Golden Knights. Didn't get a chance to see who that was. So they're back into the players' bench for repairs, and Uyghur's shot goes wide as we're back underneath play now. And the Flames get this back D-to-D. They'll fire. This goes off the blocker real quick. He makes 2 saves, and now Backlund will pick this up near the left side of the red line. Tyler Toffoli got his 27th of the year, as this is a race for the puck. Uyghur will play this here from Markstrom, and he'll get this as he makes the pass. He eludes a Howden hit, but Vegas in off this forecheck right now, but Calgary fortunate that Coleman able to get it, but the play was blown dead. I think this was played with a high stick. 15-22 left to go in the second. It's a 2-0 lead for Calgary. They are in the road whites with the red pants on that side. They have the red and gold piping. And Vegas is in the gold with the black pants tonight. Right to left in the second period for Calgary, left to right for the Vegas Golden Knights. If you're following alongside, that's like a radio broadcast, so just to let everybody know where the puck is. It's an offensive zone draw win here for Vegas, as they'll pick it up near the right side dot. Now a couple of extra moves. This is picked up here by Phil Kessel and then turned over. It's a 4-on-2, and this is rattled around the inboards now. What's going on, Bindi? How are you doing? It's 2-0 lead for Calgary, and people popping out of the Twitter Spaces side. As this is sent back around for Dillon Dube. And now Lucic, as we'll take a look at it. Lewis trying to hold it, but this will go back to Noah Hanifin. Hanifin will get this one now to Nazem Kadri, and this is picked up here for Lewis. He'll fire it off the short side, and this goes off the right pad of Jonathan Quick, but it's not out. This picked up in the high slot by the Flames. They'll fire it right on again with a Kadri screen, but Quick able to make the left-hand glove save. 14:40 left to go in the second. It's 12 shots to 9 in favor of Calgary. They're just taking a 2-0 lead. Ivan Barbashev got stick lifted there by Trevor Lewis, and then his clear attempt, it actually went off Barbashev's backside. So he got the stick lift, and the puck bounced off his backside. So that happens on that ship. But hopefully Barbashev's okay. He's been a really good player for the St. Louis Blues. Been a really good pickup for the Vegas Golden Knights since coming from the trade line for Bill Foley. I believe he's still the active owner and president with Brad McCrimmon on the other side for the Vegas Golden Knights. This is Lindholm. And off the draw, but this will go back to Vegas. Vegas trying to clear this out of their own as Mangiapane delivers a hit near the left side of the red line now. 14:25 left to go in the second. We're watching the TELUS SportsNet feed on ESPN Plus. Down here with it covering the Calgary Flames and the Vegas Golden Knights riding solo here tonight. It's a 2-0 win for the Flames. Mangiapane trying to make a play with his left knee. He was knocked down partially off a couple of stick battles, and now the Golden Knights will play this one, but we're going to get a tripping call against the Flames. Toffoli saying, what the hell? But I think he's going to be going to the box. That was an easy lip reading on that side. I think he was able to get a stick out there right in front of the middle of the neutral zone. So this is the second power play for VGK right now. And that was pretty blatant. That was right on Jonathan Marchessault as he got his stick right out there after the puck was already gone. So Teapot did score the latest goal, but now he's going to the box, and they got to make sure that that simmers because they give up a goal here to Vegas. They get right back in this game right now. They're 0 for 1 with 3 shots in the power play. They have their first 2 of the game. As this is one near the left side dot, now played in the high slot up a crisscross pass, and here's Backlund. He flips it down the zone. So Jonathan Quick, take a look at it. I thought he might actually play it. This might allow Elias Lindholm to be able to kill some time. Backlund's going to get back on his horse. As this is picked up now by Vegas. They'll gain the entry. It's Jack Eichel. He's weaving his way through the bowling pins. And he went from end to end, but this fell right to Markstrom. As you get a chance to look at him, he just kind of shakes his head as he lost the stick handle at the last moment. 13 shots to 10 now. 2-0 lead still for Calgary. So Jack Eichel was near the left side faceoff dot, worked his way into the neutral zone. Now he's patient, getting a toe drag in front of Hanifin. And then he was trying to race past Tanev, or Markstrom will get a piece of it near the left side of the crease. So now Trevor Lewis instead take the draw here for Calgary. And this is a puck battle that is grabbed off the tie-up, and now it's Pietrangelo. Here's a chance for Riley Smith on the right side, drops it here for Pietrangelo, and now Phil Kessel. Oh, wire one, but Weegar gets a block. As this is picked up now, Weegar holds off Kessel. And now Vegas trying to pick this up near the left side dot, and Calgary will flip this off the inboards. Put this back down the ice with $1:05 left to go on their power play. It's the second of the game right now. Vegas needs this next goal. They're down 2-0 as this is picked up and cleared down again by Calgary. So they've done a great job within this first couple of periods, and we said that about a week and a half ago when these teams played. And it was a 3-1 lead for Calgary, but they lost 4-3 in overtime. And that was a gut punch as Eichel ends up gaining the entry now with the help of Kessel. And the penalty kill, 17 out of 18 in the last 7 games for Calgary. They're usually a pretty good penalty kill team. They were struggling of late, but now they've really started to pick it up. And now they just need to continue to bank points. This is an outstretched pass. This could be a 2-on-1. Dube lifted over the net. Jonathan Quick doing the splits. That must hurt at a 37-year-old age, but I think he might have got a piece of that. And that was Dube. He couldn't be the beneficiary. That could have been an easy 3-0 for the Calgary Flames. Still 10 seconds left to go on the Vegas power play. They almost conceded one as Jonathan Marchessault gets this knocked away from him. And now a shorthanded break for Mikael Backlund. And that one gets fired wide. My goodness, a couple shorthanded opportunities for the Flames. Here come the Knights. As this is brushed by the stick of Jacob Markstrom, the penalty kill is done. They are 2 for 2, are the Flames, but the Golden Knights keep this to try to get gloved out of the air. Zadorov got a big paw on it. And this is a race for the puck now as Tyler Toffoli. He should be fresh. He spent the last 2 minutes in the sin bin off the trip. Jonathan Marchessault. Watch this skate back around. He's just going to go ahead and take a change. As we hit the 11:35 marker of the second period. John on here with you on the play-by-play side. Nikita Zadorov. He puts this out in front. He likes to play as a forward sometimes. I know that's what Cooper Hopkins tells me. But you got to get back on the other end now. Tanev will go ahead and get to it first. And now going to try to go right to left in the second frame on the Calgary Flames. There's an entry pass for Huberdeau near the right wing side, trying to drop it here for Tanev. And now Dube trying to send it out front for Kadri, and it bounced off his right leg. Will this stay with the Flames? This is near the left side. Down in the middle of the circles. Weegar Another opportunity off the side of the net. Jonathan Quick is down, and the Flames have not shot it. They're going to send this one back, so Quick's going to be able to get off, but there's traffic all over the net. And now here's a chance for Huberdeau, and he tried to force that one to Nazem Kadri. Probably should have fired it again. I feel like he's turned the puck over at least 3 times when he felt like he could have shot, but that's just a common occurrence so far this year. As Weegar picks it up now for Adam Ruzicka, plays it off the stick to skate, picks it up now, 8 shots to 4. Vegas not been busy enough. They need to get more eventful here if they want to get back into this game. They're only down 2, but 10 shots almost through 30 minutes of play is not enough. As this is picked up now by Adam Ruzicka, and now it's a 3-on-3 toward the right wing side. The Flames are open. Trevor Lewis will drive as he gets taken down. No call on that side. I think he might have just blown a tire. And Zadorov will send this all the way back to Flames. But the Knights were in the midst of a change. So it's 16 shots to 10. Here comes Hanifin on the left circle, trying to drop it here for Backlund. And now we've hit the halfway marker. As this is picked up here by Jack Eichel. Eichel now has got full speed ahead. He makes a toe drag near the right side dot, and that was nicely blocked by Trevor Lewis before whatever hit Markstrom. Now here's a stretch pass. Lewis just tries to get a stick on it. As Pietrangelo will send it down here for Eichel. And now Marchessault will go ahead and try to get a piece. Eichel spins it around the kick plate. Now this might actually bounce off a helmet. And now this will go to the Flames as it's picked up near the right dot. Markstrom had a look at it, but the puck bounced away from him. As it's flipped back down, the Flames will go ahead and take their change as Pietrangelo, former St. Louis Blue, he will make the clear now. And again, they're still without Mark Stone with the lingering back issues. The hope is that you get Mark Stone back by playoff time. That is essentially a two-way beast that you could keep and add back into this lineup. As the Knights have been dealing with a lot of injuries, in particular 4 goaltenders. That's why they have Jonathan Quick out there right now. Off the backhand, it was Dube, Lindholm. As they'll pick it back up now, and Toffoli trying to get this near the right side dot. As Pietrangelo will get this back from Alec Martinez. This bounces off the skate. Here's Eichel. I thought he could have went toward the middle of the circles, and now Teddy Bluger. He'll shoot it into the screen, and that one gets shot wide toward the left side of the red line as Markstrom didn't know where the puck was. And this is picked up into the neutral zone. A couple of whacks at it, but this stays with the Flames off the back pass, trying to find Hanifin. And instead, he'll peel back and go ahead and play some defense. Braden McNabb get this one settled down. Here's a chance now for Howden. Howden now trying to spin this around off the backhand side as this goes off the outside of the cage. This goes with the Golden Knights, and Markstrom thought it might have bounced out of play, but we're still alive right now. This is in behind his office. Flames need some help now. Nikita Zadorov, he's just stuck by himself trying to clear this thing. And now this will go to an open left side dot. This goes off the left pad of Markstrom off of a centering attempt. And Haig will try to spin this around. The Flames are just trying to get this out right now. This has been good sustained zone pressure here by the Golden Knights. They got this near the left side wall now. This gets picked up in between the circles. And now a little bit too far, but at least they gain center ice to the Flames. But it gets sent right back in. There's some tired bodies on the ice right now for Calgary as White Cloud puts us around the inboards. Markstrom got to get back into his crease. He's back down in the butterfly. That looked a little awkward as this shot gets sent wide. Picked up now by White Cloud near the right side dot now in the high circle. It's White Cloud. Well, think about it. Fire and scores! Zach White Cloud. He's done it again. He did it a week and a half ago. He only had 2 on this season at that time. This might only be his 3rd. But he makes it a 2-1 game. And here comes Vegas. Zach Whitecloud loves playing against the Flames for whatever reason. But all that pressure that we just alluded to when Calgary was trying to get it out of their own end, you figured that might turn into disaster, and it did for the Flames as Whitecloud opened near the left side dot. He's patient. And what an absolute wire off bar down, top left crossbar and in. Did that get deflected by Amadio is the only question. But there is no question that the Vegas Golden Knights have now made this a 2-1 game. His first goal in 11 games. And again, it was Whitecloud that scored like a week and a half ago. So when they last played in 11 games, that's when he got it done. That was his last goal. So 7-10 left to go in this second. It's a 2-1 game. And this feels, if you're a Flames fan, like your stomach's going to turn a little bit because you know what the Golden Knights are. You have the opportunity in front of you right now as both teams have lost. You don't need to worry about getting an overtime point. You got to get 2 points. Try to get within 3. As White Cloud's got his 3rd of the season. So that was the last time he scored was against the Flames when Cooper and I covered it about a week and a half ago. As this is picked up now by Vegas, they've just scored. See if they get that energy with 6:35 left to go in the second frame. As Backlund picks up the glove hand, and now this will be a patient opportunity for a pass from about 50 feet. Tanev connects, but this will fall back to the Golden Knights. Jonathan Marchessault has the entry now and toward the middle of the circles, keeps it alive off the backhand now by some space near the left side wall. Try to put it on the left side red line. This will fall back to Jonathan. He plays to D now. As this will be a quick wrister, this will bounce up in the air for Rasmus Andersson. And now Backlund try to play a back pass here for Coleman. Coleman will settle it down. Try to gain the entry there. Jonathan Huberdeau using that big body near the left wing side. Try to get a piece of it. Again, he just throws a pass out there. He just likes to force passes, apparently, Jonathan Huberdeau. We've seen that all year, but none of them have hit. They've all been turnovers. And here comes Vegas the other way. That's how it will spin this around here for Jonathan Marchessault. He's still back out there. Here's a chance for Shea Theodore. And he was looking for a shot deflection. I thought it was a shot pass more than a slap shot. It bounced up the left ski to one of the Golden Knights and it hit the net. Markstrom looked a little bit unsure. Thought he might shoot it. As this is played by Quick. And now here are the Golden Knights. An opportunity for Paul Cotter. Gains the entry. Got to get one of his teammates out of the way. He shakes his head and said, sorry, my friend. He got knocked right in his own way from Paul Cotter. This is picked up now off the forehand. And Cotter getting more of that time because Mark Stone was dealing with the back issues. As Mangiapane. It's 1-on-2. Trying to carry it to the left wing side. It'll spin back. Now we'll fire it around the inboards here for Adam Ruzicka. Ruzicka now near the right side wall. He gets taken down. And this is a chance for Dillon Dube trying to win a puck battle. 4:50 left to go in this second. It's a 2-1 game now. As it's the latest goal for White Cloud. This is played with the stick and now sent in the offensive end, but bounced back out. But the gain in the entry anyway is one of the Golden Knights and Paul Cotter. As this is Rasmus Andersson trying to get a sumo hold on one of the Vegas Golden Knights. This is turned over off the backhand and lifted high. Oh my goodness, Vegas should have made it 2-2. Lifted it above the crossbar again. They've hit the crossbar for the 3rd time. And for all the times the Flames fans say they haven't gotten any luck this year, they might have gotten all of it in one game, as that was a brutal turnover in the middle of the slot. And now this stays off of the save from Jacob Markstrom. Centered out in front and scores! Reilly Smith wide open. It's a 2-2 game. So they just hit the post, and then it keeps in the offensive end, and Reilly Smith wide open. Finishes it off the pass. This probably should now be a lead for the Golden Knights, or maybe even a 4-4 game. But nonetheless, Vegas has tied it. Reilly Smith, dose to dose, and backhand opportunity just lifted high for the left post to Reilly Smith. Would you know it? Great play on the other end. Marchessault sets up Smith. He's all alone, unchecked near the left dot. Off a 1-tee off of a beautiful stick dragon pass from Marchessault, and Reilly Smith makes no mistake. VGK ties it at dose. 4th goal in the last 9 games, and it was a 2-0 lead for Calgary. Now all of a sudden, it is a 2-2 game, and that happens just like that. You cannot turn the puck over in your own end. There's been a couple of those and a couple of failed clears. As we get a stoppage here with 3:43. It's a tie game. Come right back. We're all square with 2. I appreciate you guys bouncing in and out. This has been a lot of fun so far. Vegas has just tied this game 2-2. It was a 2-0 lead. Going throughout most of the second period for Calgary, Tyler Toffoli had the latest goal. But turnovers, you just can't have those on the other end. And that's why this game is now tied at 2. So the golden opportunity, and this is pun intended, but I'll say this for the Flames, in the sense of the Jets and the Preds both lost. You have an opportunity to get 1 or 2 points. A lot of times they've got 1 point, but you need to get 2. try to get within 3 points now, wild card spot number 2. If the Flames lose and they don't take advantage of the Jets and the Preds losing tonight, it'll be one of those situations where when people ask you, did a team deserve to make the playoffs? And you have to honestly say no, because you just have to find a way to get the job done. That's all there is about it. That's all you can say.
And you say, you know what? Let's always freaking sex. No sticky quarter here. When you realize you've never seen a Broadway show, so maybe you'll keep your parents. I think it's neat. When you said, I'm going to go to Daytona Beach, nope, I'm going to go to the Caribbean. Isn't the Caribbean? And it's almost too beautiful to coast. Almost. With Amex, it's never a question of if you're going to level up. It's when.
Diamond and Diamond Lawyers, Canada's largest personal injury law firm. There's nothing tougher than a diamond.
All right, we know why Jacob Marchessault is mad. There's Reilly Smith was dumping. Marchessault thinks that's offside. Or icing, excuse me. And it was. And unfortunately, the play kept going. And Vegas ended up scoring, but it was
So on the previous goal, what they showed on the Sportsnet side, Jacob Marchessault was pretty PO'd about the goal for Reilly Smith off the cross pass, and that it should have been icing. And then the cameras came back and showed that it should have been icing. And Jacob Marchessault was a little upset. But I think I would go back to that again if you want to play devil's advocate. You got to be able to clear the puck out when you get the opportunities. You cannot have that elongated press. And that's what Vegas had. You had some tired bodies on the ice for Calgary, and they conceded another one. So they have a 2-0 lead now. Has become a 2-2 tie. So all intents and purposes, this game is broken back wide open. Now played in off for Chandler Stephenson as he had the full speed, and now Howden try to keep this away from Hanifin. Jonathan Huberdeau picks up the pass. He just does not look sharp tonight as Hanifin has it now near the right wing wall. He'll make a pass down here for Quick, but there's still another 20 minutes for Huberdeau to recollect anything, but I just don't feel he's been confident tonight. I know there's been things about the season I have to keep harping on as far as the play-by-play, but then these passes, I don't think have actually hit anybody until that one. It's like 1 out of 6 as this is picked up now. Here for Rasmus Andersson. Andersson keeping this alive. He works in behind the net near the left side of the red line now as Andersson plays this back to D. It's Hanifin near the right wing side. Short side scores! The Flames, they get it right back. 3-2 now. And Blake Coleman gives the Flames the lead. So they conceded 2 straight. They've taken the lead. That's the push that Calgary needed. 2:43 left to go in the second. This has been a game that makes you feel like you're turning your stomach all the way around again for Vegas. I don't think they have to worry about that so much. They have the most points in the West. You still want to be able to assert dominance against desperate teams. But that was a Lindholm shot that got tipped by Coleman and put into the net. So Blake Coleman going to get the goal. And the Flames take a 3-2 lead. 2:35 left to go in the second. This has been a wild contest. We've had 4 goals in this second period. It was 1-0 Calgary after 1. It's 3-2 now with 2:20 left to go in the second. John, here with you watching the TELUS SportsNet feed on ESPN+. This is picked up now by Mangiapane. Although it's 2-on-3, this is bounced off of a couple Golden Knights sticks. And now the Golden Knights will gain the entry off the backhand. It's Reilly Smith. He just scored the latest goal for Vegas. And this is spun around by Theodore. And now on the second line as this goes here for the Flames. They'll try to gain the entry across the neutral zone. This is flipped in by Ritchie. Coleman with his 15th of the season at 17-17. That's what it is right now from Lindholm and Weegar. As the Flames get this back in their own end off the giveaway. And this is sent back down the ice. They said it was tipped off of Vegas. Thought there should have been an icing. But Calgary thought that the other time. And that ended up being a goal for Reilly Smith. This is picked up now near the right side of the wall as Ritchie tries to come together. But can't get this off the pin. It's 2-on-1. But he does actually get a chance to win it. Having to pinch the blue line is Christopher Tanev. As 1:20 left to go in the second. It's still down to the left side red line. Ritchie trying to play this out in front. And Ritchie now will send this back to the D. And another slap shot. This will get sent back at the same time. Tanev do it again. This goes off the left pad of Jonathan Quick. And this will stay with the Flames. Couple saves for Jonathan now. As this is Tanev spinning off the right side wall. Plays it up the backhand for Hanifin into the traffic. Oh, the backhand was shot wide by Dillon Dube. Is this is sent back in for Hanifin? And now a race for the puck up the one-on-one. Here's Hanifin. He plays it up the right side red line. And now Dillon Dube. Dube will send it in. 40 seconds left to go in this second. It's a 3-2 lead for the Flames. 18 shots to 14 as Markstrom leaves it now here. Mackenzie Weegar gets a couple skates. Nice move off the backhand as he beats one. But an offsides against Lucic and Kadri. At the same time, Mackenzie Weegar was putting on the moves there, and there could have been an opportunity for a drop pass. 3-2 game, but 29 seconds left to go in the second period. It's been a fun contest. I appreciate you guys jumping in and out. I know there hasn't been a lot of comments in the second. That's okay. If you want to get some clear audio, you can follow along with the same name on Twitter Spaces at John Reinott. Same thing as the YouTube side. So we got 20 seconds left to go in this middle frame. It's a 3-2 lead for Calgary. Don't go anywhere. This game, just like a week and a half ago, was going to be close. It's going to be good. So this is Vegas back in their own end now. Trying to play this. This gets knocked away for Kessel. He can't get this one out, but this gets sent down now. Down to 5 seconds. Rasmus Andersson, he's patient up beforehand. Send this around the end boards now. Big hit the other way, but that is going to end the second period. Blake Coleman gives the Flames the lead again. They were up by as much as 2. Now they're only up by 1, but Blake Coleman gets the tip out in front, and it's a 3-2 game after 2. Come right back. We'll finish up this third period. So I got a few things to type in as far as these goals and these notes, and then we'll take you around the league again. So just give me a few minutes here, and then we'll take a look around the league.
You're baking with almond milk?
Yeah, try it. Oh, gross.
Almond milk, it does it all.
Yeah.
At Honda, we know you have to drive through the mud. Brave the desert. Before the oasis. Conquer the mountain. Discover all your dreams take. The all-new CRV and CRV High are on the line of the Gators.
Can we get puppy mom? That's our big expense.
Maybe try switching your car insurance to Progressive. You could save hundreds.
Thanks, TV Dad. We'll think about it, okay?
Look what I found.
I wish TV Dad would always in charge.
Listen to your TV Dad. Drivers who switch and save with Progressive save nearly $700 on average.
Quick saves, goals from Vegas. That was a big goal for Blake Coleman to put the Flames back up by 1 through 2 periods of play. Justin and Carolyn with you. What do the Flames do right?
Offensively, I think this team thrives by focusing on defense. They check for their chances when they're going great. I thought that's what happened on the second goal here. You have, defensive players above the Vegas Golden Knights, and that's Toffoli, who's above the breaking out forward. This is something for me, the Flames, they've struggled to score enough goals at times. It's a matter of being patient, and this game started to feel like it was slipping away from them, right? And so for them, it's not panicking and trying to create and taking all these chances. It's waiting, being in the right spots, stay above, and they're going to get looks like Toffoli got there.
That was a great effort by Toffoli and celebration. Okay, let's take you around some highlights too. Stars taking on the Oilers tonight in third period.
Just typing these in. I will get the recap in a moment.
19th of the year. So Dallas within one.
There was 5 goals in there, so I want to make sure that we get them all in.
You probably know what's going to happen. McDavid, Draisaitl, back to McDavid. 57.
The power play actually operating at 147%.
Yeah. Decimal. Kraken taking on the Sharks. First period, Erik Karlsson. 2-0 with Gregor. Ooh. It's a little piece of it. Grubauer does, not the post. Everyone's having a good time. We're waiting for some goals. Bruins taking on the struggling Jets, and it's Trent Frederick. Bruins' first shot of the game.
Not the best defensive effort there from the Jets to open things up.
And they're just holding on to that second wild card in the West. They needed this one. They did not get it. That's Pavel Zacha, 18th of the season. The Bruins beat Winnipeg 3-0. Chicago taking on the Preds, the surging Preds, I should say. And that's not a great goal.
It's tough. You feel bad. You get beat. You hit your goalie. You score in your own net. Not the triple you want to hit.
And Chicago went over Boston. Now went over Nashville. That's not good.
From the Flames.
Yeah, so this is good for the Calgary Flames because the Preds lose, the Jets lose. And the Edmonton Oilers getting closer to home ice advantage in the playoffs. For those who saw the Oilers beat the Stars, it is 3-2 for the Calgary Flames after 2 periods of play against the division leaders. Back to Ryan Leslie next.
Get closer to hockey with the NHL. At Honda, we know you have to drive through the mud. Before it's the rain. Brave the desert. Before you find the oasis. Conquer the mountain to see how far your dreams take you. The all-new CRV and CRV Hybrid are on the line.
All right. All right, sorry about that. There was a lot to type in as far as that we had 4 goals in that second period. We'll make sure we get all those correct as far as the game story. HopeSportsGuide.wordpress.com per usual. When it's all said and done, it's a 3-2 lead for the Flames after 2. 4 goals in that second period. So this is how it started in the second. So Lindholm made a sick no-look backhand pass for Tyler Toffoli as he was able to work his way off the backhand forehand, find a way to be quick and tight. There was 3 Golden Knights behind him. He had to get the shot out quickly. He did. Able to slide it past the goaltender and in. Zach Whitecloud would respond after Vegas was able to get some consistent pressure. And they kept Calgary tired. They kept the same line on the ice. For his forehand, found a way to be quick. His beautiful shot near the right circle, able to go bar down and in near the right circle, bar down and in after a tired Calgary team that made it 2-1, and then Vegas would tie it. More pressure from Vegas again. They got the Flames chasing. Shot goes in off the bar. Chance for Smith goes wide. Markstrom wanted an icing that was missed, but it didn't end up working out that way. Smith got a wide open cross pass from William Karlsson, and it was just gorgeous from dot to dot. Open on the right dot. He made no mistake. He beat Markstrom. Markstrom understandably upset, but again, Calgary had opportunities to clear the pocket. They could not. It ended up in the back of their net. But they were able to get some salvation. Elias Lindholm, he shot a shot from a severe angle near the right circle. Blake Coleman and Mangiapane was there. Coleman got a tip on it at 17-17 from the severe angle that gave the Flames a 3-2 lead after 2 periods. Just going to go ahead and type that in there just so I have this in the notes. So it was 1-0 Calgary after 1, 3-2 after 2. So we'll just take another quick look. I won't have time to go all through the NCAA scores. We'll take a look around the NHL scoreboard. As far as everything else that went final, we only have 3 other games that are going on alongside ours. It's in the third period. Will be upcoming. The Oilers destroyed the Stars 4-1. That was a new score that we didn't get to on that end. And it looks like everything else, for what's underway, it's 0-0 between the Kraken and Sharks. It's 2-1 Coyotes over the Canucks right now, and a 1-0 lead for the LA Kings over the Blue Jackets. Johnny Gaudreau had 5 points the other night. So the finals, and this is why this is important, the Bruins got a 3-0 lead over the Jets, and the Blackhawks got a 2-1 win over the Preds, with the Bruins and the Blackhawks beating the Jets and the Preds respectively. Both of those teams were ahead in WC2 over the Flames. If the Flames can get a win in regulation, because both those teams did not pick up points tonight, they can draw within 3, and that would be absolutely big. The Avalanche fought off the Senators late push. They won 5-4. The Lightning beat the Devils in a shootout. They won 4-3. Alex Killorn scores the game winner there. Rangers, Blue Shirts hold on at MSG to beat the Pens 4-2, so the Pens can't add to the WC1 points in the East. The Panthers, they scored 7 goals in the first period. They defeated the Montreal Canadiens 9-5. It was a wild one.
In a season where we have seen the script so many times repeat itself, you hope if you're a
If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, let me know. Leave anything in the comment box. Again, you can always follow along on the Twitter Spaces side at John Rideout as well. My next stream will at the very latest be Saturday. It could be tomorrow, depending on see how I feel as far as the vocals and all that. Again, I'm not sick. I just want to conserve the voice long because we got a couple big ones. I want to make sure probably I'll be back for Saturday between the Stars and the Flames. Hopefully get a chance to join my Cooper Hopkins on that side. I know he's been busy with work and all that. So if you can't get on, you can't get on. I'll be carrying these ones either way because we had Fortune over the last week and a half before. I had to take a break for last week. He was here pretty much with me every day during that stretch. So I was able to be thankful that we can work together as much as we can. So got to get used to covering some games solo sometimes.
I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, Ryan, because you're with me, that's the shirt Rick Ball was wearing last night out on the town when we put it in the loss column, so to speak. I think we wore it better, don't you?
Yeah, you know what? That is very similar to a lot of the clothing that Rick has.
I'll be right back.
But hey, another thought on the turning point here. Coleman and others. You touched on it briefly, but I just want to circle back to that.
Well, these guys have never won here, and they need something to believe in, and they can do this now. And then look at this period that this goal that Toffoli scored is a gritty goal, and Toffoli has been so big this year. I mean, he's been their biggest goal scorer, scoring all the key goals this season. And what a moment for him to kind of turn something like that in. But also, here's a revamped line. Now, these two guys have a little bit of a history together, but not much. Coleman gets the goal from Lindholm, and these guys, maybe these lines are going to work. Who knows?
We just touched on the fight. Fighting seems to be in the news right now, and it's been a part of the game for so long. But we saw the goaltenders get into it again. Binnington and Marc-Andre Fleury. I wanted to get your take on it because I think now everybody's weighing in on that. It seems like we've been here before with Binnington. But maybe just take us through that because I think it's kind of fascinating. We're talking goalies and fighting again.
Yeah, it's they got a 2-game suspension for this. It was it's pretty dangerous to hit a guy with a blocker. Faces him, sticks up. There's a lot of everything. And hey, this is not the first time Binnington's been involved in a transgression like this. I love Marc-Andre Fleury trying to do what I would consider to do the right thing, to go down and challenge the goalie after he does something like that. But it made me wonder today. I was walking down the Vegas Strip with Dan Vladar of all people. We just kind of ran into each other.
Yeah, I was going to say, you weren't hanging.
No, we weren't hanging. Yeah. He wasn't wearing a shirt like Rick's, but I said, have you ever been a goalie fight? No, obviously in Europe they definitely don't have goalie fights. But I said, who wouldn't you fight in the National Hockey League? He said, 3 guys come to mind. They're all thick. Freddie Anderson, Andre Vasilevsky, and Robin Lehner. And then he kind of thought about it. He said, one guy who I would fight UC Soros. Because he's the shortest guy in the league.
Yeah.
And good on you. He's got some good scouting going on.
And that probably brings us to the final point. You see in the queue that they're looking at banning fighting next season. What's your take on that as a hockey purist?
I don't like it. I'm okay with it in junior hockey. I don't think it's going to affect the NHL for a lot of years. I still think that intimidation is a huge part of the NHL game, hockey in general. I get why they're doing it. There's pressure from the Minister of Sport in Quebec. They want to get rid of hazing and fighting. They're lumping it all together. Here's my bottom line is, when a fight is born out of pure anger, frustration, fury, I love it. This is the entertainment business.
I appreciate the likes and everything, guys. Humbly.
I don't ever want to see fighting disappear. International hockey league, and I hope moves like this don't inch us towards that.
I'm with you. Okay, we'll step aside and we'll get you set for the third period on the other side. Let's get ready to rumble.
At Honda, we know you have to drive through blood. It's what keeps the rain. Brave the desert before you find the oasis. Conquer the mountain to see how far your dreams can take you. The all-new CR-V and CR-V Hybrid are at the Honda line of the Kings.
The Wells Fargo Active Cash Card. Earn 2% cash back on what you want, like a vintage turntable, so you can get back into buying. Nice choice. And 2% cash back on what you need, like a new needle for your record player. The Wells Fargo Active Cash Credit Card. That's real life ready.
At Charmin, we're all about the science of softness. So, we've doubly tested our Charmin Ultra Soft to prove its value really stacks up. First up, the Cushy Soft Test. Wow! Softer than ever. Next, the absorbency test. See, it's 2 times more absorbent, so you can use less. So, Charmin Ultra Soft is always worth it. Now, excuse me, I have one more test tuned up.
We all go. Why not enjoy the go with Charmin?
Okay.
Double on the toasted bun with the caramelized onions. Now I want one. Have it your way.
Should be a good third period here, ladies and gentlemen, in the sense of it. It should be a good third period as far as everything is going to happen, because Coleman has just taken a 3-2 lead here for the Calgary Flames. We're going to begin set for the third period here. Puck drop shortly. I'm going to run this one solo tonight. I'll see if I can get Cooper Hopkins with me on Saturday, maybe even the Monday side. I know I want to get some NCAA tournament action, and I'll try to do the best I can, because I know Monday and Tuesday will be the streaming days for me, and then Wednesday next week is birthday. So I have some birthday plans, maybe a early release for Resident Evil 4. So, and then I have Saturday game with the Sharks and the Muskegon Voyagers for MIHL for battle first place at Lakeland Ice Arena here locally. So Monday and Tuesday are probably the only broadcast days for me as far as next week. So we'll try to do the best we can with that. So I want to try to make sure that I can get Saturday and Sunday. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Try to get the 4 days on that side.
Seconds. He has a -2 rating. Pretty much brings into that.
So as I said from the beginning of it, we had all the lines for the starting lineups. All the names are correct in the sense of it. You're not going to have Walker Dewar or Jacob Peltier tonight, but a lot of them are out of order because Darryl Sutter, admittedly, he's moved everything. So that's where we're at right now. So March 23rd in Calgary, that's going to be the day after my birthday on the side of it. That's when they will meet again to try to decide this season series. Right now it's tied 1-1. The Flames have picked up points in both games. They got a 3 out of 4 so far. But they need to get a big 2 points right now. They have 20 more minutes to do so. Unless they're going to need to go to OT. Hopefully for them they won't, because both of the Jets and the Preds lost tonight. So if the Flames win in regulation, they can get within 3 points to WC2, and there's not a lot of time left to go in this regular season. This is Jonathan Quick. We'll send this around. Vegas 6-14-0 when trailing after 2. And Calgary has never won a game this year when trailing after 3 periods. So for them, thankfully, they're not. They're up 3-2. As I made a declaration about a couple weeks ago about the Maple Leafs game, thinking that they would win that one, they didn't. As this goes off the left pad of Jonathan Quick, Lindholm has been active tonight as he has this into the circle. That was a great setup for Marchessault, trying to get this back off with the reach. And Huberdeau, I think, just got in front of that. That would have been his best play of the game so far. Kind of been noticed for the other reasons, which unfortunately is the case. This is picked up now for Rasmus Andersson. Andersson off of the stick shaft of Jonathan Quick, and this will fall back to get his door off. We'll just kick this around the kick plate here as he'll spin it around, and Mikael Backlund gets us now to the left side wall as Flames come together trying to dispossess the Golden Knights of the puck. Again, the Golden Knights have the gold jerseys with the black pants. They're going to go right to left in this third. Left to right of the Calgary Flames, they have the white shirts and the red pants with the orange and red striping. As this is picked up now in the center zone. And now this will go a little bit too far for an ice. 18:34 left to go in this third frame potentially. It's a 3-2 scoreline. Blake Coleman has scored the latest goal for the Flames, and the shot board reads 22-16 in favor of Calgary at the moment. Calgary is 0-7-1 at T-Mobile Arena. They have never won a game here in Sin City, and this could go a long way into changing that to get 3 points within WC2. They would have to play Dallas on Saturday, and then the LA Kings on Monday. That would be their last difficult set of games before closing out the year with plenty of teams that are below the playoff line. So they can definitely do this if Nashville turns over some of their games in hand and vice versa. They're going to play a couple against Colorado as the Bridgestone Arena water main break that happened, I think, in December. So this is picked up now by Dillon Dube, and this goes off the skate of White Cloud and possibly hit Quick as well. As this is in the defensive end. There's 2 power plays in this game, both for the Golden Knights. This is picked up now for Jack Eichel. Keeps this off the backhand. Still patient with it as they're not dispossessing him of the puck. And they'll flip this one up a stick and out of play. So this will stay in the offensive end for VGK. As Jack Eichel had about 40 seconds of stick possession, he's just moving that all the way around the backhand trying to find an opening. And so when Jack Eichel was in true beast mode, probably in his first 3 seasons with the Buffalo Sabres, he'd be a guy that can get you 70, 80 points easily. He could be incredible with puck possession. He'd be hard to take off and get some shots and do everything. He's not been that same type of player, but with the experimental neck fusion surgery, that's kind of the thing that Vegas is hoping he continues to get healthy and run into form, because Vegas loves to roll the dice and swing at stars. And yes, that's pun intended on that side of it. They gamble their chips and put it all in like James Holzhauer on Jeopardy. That's what they do. And that's what they've done since they've been in the league. And they're trying to make sure they make the playoffs for the first time for missing in 5 years. As this bounced off of Nazem Kadri, but Jacob Markstrom made the save, and this got moved ahead. That was almost a dangerous moment. But Vegas has been always trying to get those big names. Now they just want to get back to where they're supposed to be. But when Bruce Cassidy was available on the market for the coaching side, I think that was the easy snag and one of the easiest ones to get. This Paul Cotter gets her on a Stetcher hit, and now Nikita Zadorov. This gets turned over into the neutral zone and then sent back down by Nikita Zadorov again. This will collect. As Stetcher is out there trying to provide some support, and this will fall back to Howden. And this try to get across the red line, but it's turned over here by Vegas. Now they're in their own end. As Jonathan Quick on the butterfly to the left post, one of the Golden Knights blows it tired, but still able to make the play and move it forward from the knees. So Reilly Smith Get this knocked away from Chandler Stephenson. It's a race for a one-on-one. Here comes the slap shot bomb, and that gets blasted around the inboards. This will go back into the Vegas defensive end as they look to tag up and then go right to left in this final stanza should we not get to overtime. It's 3-2 lead for Calgary. As this goes off of traffic, this goes off of William Karlsson, and this will stay with the Golden Knights. Now Haig able to keep this as this will go back here for Cotter and then turned over. Hanifin trying to find this in between his skates. Flames just trying to get it out of their own end. They will gain the red line. A couple of sticks as Jonathan Huberdeau with the backhand pass to Mikael Backlund off the chip and chase, and this gets picked up here by White Cloud. Now a battle near the left side wall. As this goes to Vegas, they'll just flip this from about 5 feet right ahead to the teammate, played off the backhand, and will gain the entries and gain the red line as Chandler Stephenson. And now Markstrom comes out of the goal crease, makes his pass across. There's about a 60-footer, and this gets sent down the ice, but not before it's ice. So Calgary can't change. Vegas can do whatever they want. They get an offensive zone drop coming as we get a commercial half and half. It's a 3-2 lead for the Calgary Flames. Blake Coleman has the latest goal. Grayson says, hey, I'm on the Flames money line tonight. I hope they don't choke. Well, they had a 1-goal lead. The most they've had is 2. And Cooper's not with me tonight, Grayson, on that side, but I think he's hoping the same because both the Jets and the Preds lost. So since both of them lost, if Calgary wins in regulation, they get within 3 points of WC2. So speaking of that, I might have just jinxed you because I think Mackenzie Weegar is going to the box for a delay of game. So I know the other day when we were doing the broadcast, you were on the unfortunate side, and I agreed with you. I would have lost my money too, Grayson. I was with you on the under between the Hurricanes and the Jets. That second period just got completely out of hand. So this is going to be the first 3 power play opportunities. First 3 for the Golden Knights. They're 0 for 2 right now as Mackenzie Weegar gets a delay of game now near the left side of the red line. 15:35 left to go in the third. Calgary's got puck possession now. Lindholm will send this here for Backlund. Will fire off the stick of Jonathan Quick as Lindholm tries to go ahead and get this chase for it. An opportunity now, Reilly Smith on the right side wall. He makes a nice open pass off the backhand, and this is played off the last poke check by Dillon Dube. That was open in the middle of the slot. And now here's a pass off of a one-on-one. Backlund's running out of gasoline, though. He's going to have to spin this around. He's probably going to have to go ahead and take a change as well. 1:15 left to go in Vegas' power play. Third of the game for them. Nothing yet for Calgary on that side. All of their goals have been on even strength. All of the goals in this game have been on even strength. There's been 5, and Calgary's up 3-2. 22-16 on the shot board as Vegas still trying to get organized. Might be some boos here at T-Mobile as they're waiting for this team to get going here. As Karlsson plays it on the right wing side for Smith. He plays the drop pass. Can Malik Martinez hold it in? Yes, he can as he flips it around there for Reilly Smith. Number 19 gets it off the backhand. Sets it back here for Phil the Thrill. Now Pietrangelo try to get it to Kessel. And this bounces off of Blake Coleman and sent back down the ice. So 35 seconds left to go in the VGK power play. It's their third of the game. This is sent back down the ice, and Vegas is going to ice it on their own power play. So Calgary going to get an offensive zone draw upcoming with 14-17 left to go in the third. So I promise that I will try to get some NCAA tournament action or everything else mixed in throughout the week as well. I know Saturday will be a broadcast day, whether or not Cooper and I will take Dallas Stars and the Flames, whether or not I'll tackle it myself. I know he's been busy. But Monday and Tuesday for sure next week will be broadcast days for me before next Wednesday's birthday plans. So got to make sure I keep that open with the fiance. So this is a defensive zone face-off win. Now here's a chance for Eichel. Now Eichel will play this off the backhand. This will gain the entry. Hanifin slams this around the inboards, and this will effectively be cleared. As I see Cooper in here, I'm going to get him in there right now, whether he just wants to listen or speak on it. So 4 seconds left to go on the Vegas power play. Marchessault makes a save with the right pad, and it falls right back to him. 13:44. Wow.
John, my friend, thank you for letting me into this broadcast, but I happened to jump in right when you were you were mentioning some exciting times coming up for you. You got a birthday coming up, my friend.
Yeah, next Wednesday on that side of it. So Monday and Tuesday, I'll definitely be doing some broadcasts, but after that, I'll probably be MIA for the next few days. So I know you've been busy with all that stuff, but in the interim, I think I had to hold the fort down here, Cooper, because I saw that the Jets and the Preds lost. So if Vegas gets this win, they'll be within 3 points.
Yeah, the Flames, the Jekyll and Hyde run here for Calgary. Looks like maybe this is a Jekyll night, a good night for them, but the Hyde side is always there. I mean, we've seen it too many times. But if they pull this out, yeah, they definitely keep themselves in the conversation.
So we'll have to figure it out as far as Saturday. I know I might get some NCAA tournament games. I'll have to see what I can do. But if Saturday, if you're available on that side, I know they play the Dallas Stars, and then Monday is the LA Kings. After that, for the Flames, though, is a bunch of teams below the playoff line. I know they don't have games in hand, but if some of these other teams mess around here a little bit, Cooper, Calgary's got an opportunity here to still get that wild card spot. I know it didn't look that good about a week and a half ago. I know we've been gone for a while, but they're right there still. They are right there.
Yeah, they're at least hanging around, which as a Flames fan, you know, I can say that sometimes that hope is what then ends up burning you. No, every time I say it, it's a pun. But, you know, that has happened before. But we remain optimistic. You and I have always remained optimistic. And we'll see what happens with these Calgary Flames. It's very interesting. They seem to get up to play teams that are above them in the standings and then have a little bit of trouble when it comes to taking on teams that they should have an easier time with. So we'll see.
And what we did notice, I know I had all the names right as far as the depth chart, but no Jacob Peltier, no Walker Dewar. It's been complete roster turnover here for Darryl Sutter's squad as they have the lead. They have not won in Vegas. They're 0-7-1 as the puck goes offside, but it's a big opportunity to get 2 points. Nazem Kadri goes off sides. We'll do it again.
Yeah, and John, of course, thanks for letting me jump in here into this contest, and just want to tell you that I appreciate the message you sent. I will give you a reply in full after we're done with tonight's call. Just some family stuff going on. Everything's okay. I was doing some traveling and taking care of some of that, so I'll give you the details as we get moving forward.
All right, I appreciate that. If I put you in haphazardly and I didn't need to, then you can back out and listen if you want to. I don't want to bother you if you got stuff going on. I figured I'd just get you in nonetheless. As Theodore will fire this on, and this goes off the right pad of Jacob Markstrom as this is picked up now here for Eichel and then sent back around the red line side for Nazem Kadri. As there's some players that come together. Kadri will flip this across as bounces off of Huberdeau's stick and now toward Toffoli. This goes just over him as Brett Howden able to try to gain the entry there, but this will fall back to Mackenzie Weegar and now Brandon Tanev. They'll play crisscross. Weegar will skate with it, gain the red line as this is flipped in around. Quick will take a look at it, but this goes near the left side boards with 12:45 left to go in the third. As this is a pickup, here's a chance for Howden. He's going to try to chip and chase. He gets around Weegar. Howden's still with this. There's a snow job on the other side for Tanev. Spin back around the inboards for Amadio as this is picked up here for Whitecloud. And again, Zach Whitecloud, he scored against Calgary. Last time we covered that game, he'd scored when he only had 2 on the season. Now he's got 3. As a stick is knocked out of the air. And is this going to be a power play again for Vegas? That's their 4th.
Oh boy, John, have I brought the traditional Calgary Flames luck with me to this broadcast? I will be honest, I was not able to tune in at the beginning of the night for the Flames and the Knights. But then as soon as I did, I noticed they were up 2-0. And about 5 minutes later, it was 2-2, only to see that Calgary takes the lead again. But yeah, they're in a precarious spot here, giving Vegas more man advantages.
Yeah, and it's again, this would be 4 for Vegas and nothing for the Flames. I think Rasmus Andersson might have also maybe taken a stick up to the mouth. I certainly do. That does not look like an acting job to me, as the refs are talking this one over.
Yeah, we'll see what we have here. Just getting things sorted out. I'm keeping an eye on my side as well.
High sticking penalty is the call, and I think this one may go against Vegas.
Very interesting turn here. Yeah, this could be a chance for the Flames to potentially put this game away.
Yeah, so the Flames, they could have their first power play of the game. They could essentially put it away, as Cooper said. They need to right now because you talk about it so many times. It's not about picking up 1 point here. It's about picking up 2. You were handed a gift today as far as the Jets and the Preds lost. I mean, the Preds lost to the Chicago Blackhawks. So you have to be able to take advantage of it when you can. So Mikael Backlund is going to go ahead and take the offensive zone draw. 7:33 left to go in that side of it. So 12:20 left to go in our game. I always confuse that other side of the score line. My apologies. So this is picked up now here for Howden. And now Weegar tries to get to it as this is chance for Calgary off their first power play of the game. We thought it could have been the fourth for Vegas as Rasmus Andersson will spin this around. Now Elias Lindholm off the drop pass picked up here for Toffoli. Now Toffoli, patient, send it back here for Rasmus Andersson. Give it to Toffoli on the right wing side as he rocks the handle. This is picked up in the middle, and now this could be a shorthanded opportunity. Toffoli, great job off the back check, but it's still live and then slap-shotted wide by Marchessault. My goodness, Vegas has certainly had some opportunities one way to score. They just missed on some. Here's a sauce pass the other way. Toffoli's in the offensive zone now. He's got to be tired after that get-back attempt. And now Rasmus Andersson, as this is picked up here by the Flames. It's Mikael Backlund now near the left side of the face-off dot as he continues to hold around. I think he banks it off of Jonathan Quick and in. This is a goal for the Flames. 4-2.
John, potentially one of the biggest goals of the season right there for the Calgary Flames. They just put themselves up by a count of 2 against the Vegas Golden Knights in Nevada. What an unbelievable play right there. Mikael Backlund, he's been one of the best Flames all season long. He does his best Johnny Gaudreau impression. That is in off of the back of Jonathan Quick. That's right off the nameplate and in the net, my friend. It's 4-2 Calgary.
What a ridiculous goal that was, because on the other end, it seemed like Vegas had an open net to shoot at, but you are exactly correct. That was a Johnny Gaudreau impression there for Mikael Backlund. I mean, he hit that off the back of Jonathan Quick's helmet and in. So that is the puck bounces that you need. And I will say this, Cooper, for the amount that Calgary, and we know we've talked about this, has not gotten throughout this year, I think this has been one of those games where that's pushed in the forefront as we have 11 minutes left to go in the third, but this game is not done as this is picked up across the red line side, and now Noah Hanifin will try to collect this, and bodies will come together. Backlund also as well as this is sent back down the ice here for Quick. Quick will spin it around as this gets knocked from Darryl. And now on the second line side, this will be Haig. He'll play this and off the embankment as this gets sent down the wall. And now Zadorov trying to use the big body to hold that off. And here's a chance for Dillon Dube. Get this in his own end. We're getting very close to the halfway marker of this third. And Calgary, again, has their biggest lead. They're up 2-0, and now it's 4-2. This goes off the left blocker of Jonathan Quick as this is sent back around the inboards again. And body contact come together. I think that was Troy Stetcher that got hit right in the mouth as this is sent down the ice. And we are still waiting for a call, and now we finally get one. That was kind of awkward. 10:09 left to go in the third.
Yeah, what an interesting third period that I stumbled my way into here, John. I know you've been doing the yeoman's work covering this game since puck drop in the first, and all of a sudden we have Flames assistant captain Mikael Backlund showing off why he's in a leadership role. I mean, this is impressive stuff from them. See if the Flames can close this thing out. They haven't always been able to do that.
Yeah, you got to be able to find a way right now. We keep saying it. You got Dallas, you got the LA Kings coming up, and then that's after that, you have to just beat teams you're supposed to beat. I mean, you had an opportunity the other day against Arizona. So now if you can get this one against Vegas and get the full 2 points and kind of exercise the demons at T-Mobile, that's a start in the right direction. As this is picked up now, Nazem Kadri gets this across the red line, and it's sent back down. Vegas will touch up off the backhand here for McNabb as this will get picked up now near the left side of the red line. And they'll try this one more time with Braden McNabb. A 50-foot pass, getting into the neutral zone off the backhand. It's Jonathan Marchessault. And this sauce pass goes just away from Chandler Stephenson as he took out Noah Hanifin, but he gets right back up and plays it. He'll make this pass here for Mangiapane, but there's a whole bunch of body contact in between Michael Amadio, and it's sent back down the ice into the neutral zone. It's trying to get picked up by the jerseys in gold. It's Alec Martinez, former LA King. As this gets sent back down here for Vegas, and they'll try again right to left. Alec Martinez gains the entry left wing side off the drop pass, and a good play by Blake Coleman as he knocked that away. And now this will get picked up into the neutral zone now for VGK. Collected for Michael Amadio and sent back down as this goes up in the netting on a play with 8:49 in the third.
Boy, great shot right there on the SportsNet feed on my side of Mikael Backlund after his goal. They made it 4-2 Flames. Over in the near corner, puts his hands up in the air in celebration, and also just kind of gives his teammates a little bit of a head nod and a shrug, just kind of like, hey, I guess I just did that. That's as you said, my friend, that is sometimes what it takes. You gotta be a little ambitious. And Mikael Backlund making a big difference here. And I'm just curious, John, because I'm obviously coming into this thing quite late. Maybe you can give me your quick opinion on who stood out to you tonight. Obviously, other than Backlund, who we're just talking about, but who for the Flames have you liked this evening, and who for the Vegas Golden Knights have you thought has been performing well?
So I'm going to go with one that you always saw in the first line last year, but Elias Lindholm. He's been making the plays that you're supposed to make. He set up a beautiful no-look backhand pass in the second period for Tyler Toffoli, which put the Flames up 2-0. And then I'll throw in a bonus there for the Calgary Flames. Blake Coleman has also looked really good, not only with that tip goal, but he's provided the energy off the back check, and he's looked really good on the other end. I'd have to go with some of the goal scorers there for Reilly Smith because he's been all around the puck. There was a semi-controversial play in the second period when the Flames were stuck in their own end for a while, and then a William Karlsson pass led to a Reilly Smith one-timer goal that Jacob Markstrom thought should have been icing. And we came back from the commercial break. It was proven that he was right, but the Flames didn't get the call.
Wow, interesting. Yeah, I'm going to have to take a peek at that replay on my own, but it's good to hear your thoughts about that. And, Blake Coleman, he's been, I would say, kind of under-recognized this year, but definitely been a solid contributor, kind of a prototypical Darryl Sutter forward, veteran leadership, not the flashiest player, but can do a lot of things well. And he'd have the game-winning goal right now if the score stands.
Yes, he would. And when we do get another commercial break, I'll have to ask you. I know all the lines have been shuffled, but Darryl Sutter's, he's kind of pulling out all the stops as far as making those line changes. So if we do get another stoppage, I want to ask you about that. As we're live now, it's 8:45 left to go in the third. It's a neutral zone face-off win here for the Golden Knights. They are down by a pair. It's 4-2. It's absolutely critical. I know we say that every time Cooper's on the broadcast, but this one's true. When you have the opponents behind there lose, you got to be able to make up the advantage, get within 3 points. And here's a back pass opportunity. And this actually bounced off one of the Knights. This will stay with Mikael Backlund. I'll put this in the high slot D to D, looking for the traffic, and that's saved by Quick. 8:21 left.
Hey, John, just in these handful of minutes that I've been in on the broadcast with you, I'm really paying attention to the way the Flames are communicating, and I like what I see. Good communication between the deep pairings. It also seems like the forwards are moving very well, and this is late in the game now. Of course, you always get a little extra jump when you are protecting the lead, but I just like what I'm seeing from this Flames team.
Yeah, they've kind of brought some of that same energy from our last broadcast, and when they played against Calgary in Vegas at T-Mobile, we'll get a chance to do that again on the 23rd at the Saddle Dome. And they've played Vegas well throughout most of these games. They've picked up 3 out of a possible 4 points so far in this 4-game series. Trying to get a big 2 points here. As this is Rasmus Andersson. And I'll send this back across here. Mackenzie Weegar, the normal defensive partner, but this is picked off by William Karlsson. His stretch pass here for Reilly Smith. He'll collect on the left side red line. He'll try to just fire it across the blue paint, but it ends up going across the white dot as Eddie Mrazicka finds Dillon Dube. And this is split back down. Jonathan Quick will take a look at it, but he's not going to play it. 7:40 left to go in this third as Nicholas Hague will play this across into the neutral zone. This gets turned over and dumped back down by Calgary. 24 shots to 19. It's a 4-2 lead for the Flames. This is a monumental time to pick up points. Again, you got Dallas on Saturday and the Kings on Monday. Both late starts at 10 and 10:30 Eastern. As this is sent back to Reilly Smith and Eichel. And it gets knocked away, picked up across the left side red line. This takes a flip, and the camera will locate the puck there for Nikita Zadorov. This will fall back to him, and he makes an open pass there for Lewis. As Lewis and Lucci try to flip this there to Nazem Kadri, but it's 4 Golden Knights to 1 Nazem Kadri. As Cotter will get a stick on it, Keeps us alive off the forehand. He spins now, still patient with it, working his way behind the left side of the crease of Markstrom's office, and now D to D. Here comes the wrist shot. That one goes wide to the left side of the red line and sent back down the ice as Lindholm. Here's a race for Mangiapane. By himself, big save, scores! Tyler Toffoli. It's 5-2.
Jonathan Ott, where has this Flames team been all season long? I will say Tyler Toffoli's play has only been improving. I think you'll agree, really, from the beginning of this season to the point that we're watching right now. But one stumble by one of the biggest Golden Knights springs Andrew Mangiapane. Quick goes left to right. Mangiapane's shot is saved. Good job by Quick there. But the rebound is right on the doorstep. And number 73 in white finishes it off. This game's going to go to the Flames, John.
This is a team win by the Flames. Make no mistake about what I'm going to say, but I think Tyler Toffoli, I think he's been the MVP of this team so far this year, and that's another big goal for him. You got to follow that up. 5-2, I agree with you. 6:30 left to go in the third. This looks to be the Flames game. You got to make sure they don't concede anything quick here. As Alec Martinez tries to pick it up near the left side dot, and they'll need 1-7-1. It's better than 0-7-1. It's a big time to get 2 points. 6:23. You got a penalty upcoming, I believe.
Yeah, John, of course, I should have known. I should have learned my lesson on this front long ago. The hockey gods are immediately punishing me for my overconfidence. Gonna get a holding call against the Flames here. And Vegas has a chance with a handful of minutes left to try to chip away at this 3-goal deficit. If they do, as I believe we're actually looking at Blake Coleman sitting for that holding call. 6:23 on the clock, 2 minutes in this man advantage for Vegas. This is an opportunity. They have to score here if they want to come back.
Yes, they do. And again, for Blake Coleman, for him being in the box, that'd be one of the best Flames of this game right now, so it's not the one you want. He gets busted for a hold at 13:37. We got 6:15 left to go in the third. Cooper Hopkins joining here to take this in late, as this is Vegas and Calgary. As this is another battle in the Pacific Division. It's monumental. We keep talking about that because teams behind them have lost, so Calgary get within 3. So this would be a great day for Flames fans. It's a great day for everyone else on the broadcast because it's certainly been a while that we can call a big win, as this is picked up now for Pietrangelo into the traffic, and I think this got blocked before it ever hit Markstrom. This will be with the Flames now, but this will be tripping the players' bench at 5:46.
Yeah, John, and that wasn't too dramatic of a play right there, but I was actually holding my breath a bit because it didn't look like Markstrom had a clear visual on where that puck was coming from. I think if it would have made it all the way through, that could have been a seeing eye goal right there.
Absolutely. And on the other end, I know I mentioned this in the open as far as Vegas. So no Logan Thompson, Brossois, Aiden Hill. They had someone else down. So now they have Jonathan Quick because Robin Leonard's done for the year. Jonathan Quick is the 5th goalie right now. He's the one that's getting the start, and he was been 3-0 since the trade from the LA Kings and the Columbus Blue Jackets, although he didn't suit up. So he's about to be 3-1 as this gets sent back down into the neutral zone, but not with 5:35 withstanding, but Calgary's up by 3. Grayson's going to be happy because he said he put the money on the Flames tonight, as this is picked up here for Marchessault. And this is sent back now off the backhand. Reilly Smith, Marchessault, here comes the bomb, and that did not have the accuracy, but it certainly had the power as it was plunging past the right bar. And now Quick will play it, send this around the kick plate as this is picked back up now. Now Eichel, try to get this a little bit forward here as reverse hit the other way, and Markstrom will settle it back down. And here the Flames are going to try to get this left to right as this is flipped. And that was almost a breakaway, I believe, for Mangiapane, but we get an offside entry.
Yeah, John, something to note here. I'm seeing it on my SportsNet feed. We have 5:01 to go in the third, and guess who is taking the seat on the bench? That's the guy with the mask on, Jonathan Quick, leaving the crease. Empty net now for Vegas.
The old 5-minute net pull, Cooper. We don't see these very often.
This is a rare one, John, and they're going to take a timeout. The Golden Knights will. They have 38 seconds left on this power play, so I think they heard our comments, and their strategy aligns with what we're thinking. They have to score on the man advantage if they really want to build a comeback here, and that's why, in part, they're going to try to go with the 6-on-4 effectively with Quick out of his crease.
Yeah, and for where Vegas is in the standings right now, they're top in the West. They're probably not going to get any points out of this, so why not try to go for broke and get way in there? It makes a lot of sense. You want to make that push. Unfortunately, now looking at the Sportsnet highlights for the Arizona game and the Calgary game, and that was another gut punch there. I'm glad we didn't have to do the broadcast on that side because I think I shouted at my TV the other day. But we got a chance to look at a couple of these goals that went off the back of the head of Jonathan Quick and then get some bounces. Sometimes you don't get them, sometimes you get them, and Calgary is enjoying a 5-2 lead, although they worked very hard for it. Mikael Backlund being profiled with 4 shots and 1 goal. As this is a neutral zone faceoff win, Eichel trying to set this up off the back pass and off the give and go. He's got this near the left side dot. Again, it's an empty net for Vegas. This is a chance off of a post, off of a 100-foot shot there for the Calgary Flames. So they're still enjoying a 5-2 lead. Could have made it 6-2, but just inches the other way. Chandler Stephenson off the drop pass here for Amadio. And now Stephenson puts this around the kick plate as it will go D to D. Try to find Stephenson one more time, but this gets turned over. And Calgary will play it. Then we get slap shot from 100 feet now. Markstrom will take a look at it. This Noah Hanifin tries to flip this one down the ice. And this is a chase for the puck here. It's Coleman. He scores. He was the first to it, and now he gets an empty netter. Blake Coleman makes it 6-2. This game's done.
You called it, partner. Number 20 in white, Blake Coleman. Man, he's in the right place at the right time right here on this penalty kill. Puck is flipped up out of the flame zone. Coleman's coming down the near wall, picks it up. And even though it's a bit of a tough angle right there, he calmly shovels that puck into the net. And you know what, John? I'm getting the replay. Why was he in such a good position? Well, we can't forget, he's the man coming out of the box. So the Flames kill the penalty and instantly hit the empty net and put this game, no pun intended, on ice.
Yeah, you got to watch out for the old Allison Chains, man in the box. That was Blake Coleman there. You end up picking that, getting the empty netter. So it's 6-2, and this is going to be a good day. The Flames are going to get within 3 of wild card numero dos, and they're going to have a monumental game on Saturday against the Dallas Stars when they go back to the Saddle Dome. Dallas Stars have lost their last couple, so I'm certain they're going to be hungry in the Central, try to hold on to first place. So that should be a big game. As this is picked up now, Ricochet scores off the slap shot, and here we go again. Here's another one for Dube.
Oh, John, that is a thing of beauty. I know it doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things, but you know what? It looked to me like Dillon Dube was exercising some demons right there. He has been absolutely frigid of late. You know, he's been a contributor for the Flames in years past, a secondary goal scorer. But right there, he absolutely unleashes on a rebounding puck right there. Jonathan Quick is a little too far out of the blue paint near that far post. Dube sends an absolute bullet into the net, untouched, 7-2.
Yep, this is going to be a lot of fun. And Cooper, I know we've done a ton of broadcasts, and the last time I think we ever had this much fun is when your head was spinning in between the Battle of Alberta when we had that high-scoring game that the Flames won. But this is a definitive regular season win that we have been waiting for, and an answer that we have been waiting for. Can this team make the push, make the playoffs, do what they need to do, at least for this night? There are no questions.
Yeah, and John, the pendulum keeps swinging here for the Flames. Of course, it's easy for us to sit here, and I don't want to be doom and gloom. I just want to, remind our listeners that what team we're talking about here. We're talking about a team that certainly has not done what they're doing right now. This has been a rarity for the Flames this year to outscore an opponent of this caliber by 5 goals. It's almost like if I had a genie, I would wish for the Flames to split up this 7th spot. I would say take the 4 tonight or even the 3, and then deposit the next amount of goals in that game coming up because you're going to need those against the tough Dallas Stars team. So we'll see, John. Obviously, this is going to be a big 2 points for the Flames on a night when they can move forward. As you mentioned, Preds and the Jets both losing, so they're staying kind of frozen in their spots in the standings. The Flames are going to make a little bit of an adjustment with where they are in terms of their point totals. And I guess we just keep holding our breath, my friend. We've given a lot of rope to this Flames team, and after that Arizona loss, I was pretty worried. I was about ready to hang it up. And then they come out, John, and they do this. What are we supposed to do? I guess we just keep gripping tight on this crazy ride of the Flames season.
Yeah, they're going to keep us waiting here for game 82, and I think we said that months ago. But now that the commercial break, and considering where the scoreline is, I wanted just to ask you this. So I know you've been traveling, all that stuff, work and things, but I saw that Darryl Sutter is pretty much, he split the entire lineup around. No Walker Dewar, No Jacob Pelche tonight, but everyone else is still withstanding, but the entire lines have been mixed. What do you think Darryl Sutter's message was? Are we just going to change everything around and see what works, or this is the time we got to go for it and let's do it now?
Well, if you ask Twitter, Calgary Flames Twitter, until these 7 goals were scored, I think everyone, or 9 out of 10 Flames fans online, were thinking that Darryl Sutter should have been thrown in the loony bin. But you know what? I think this is a classic move by a very sharp and veteran coach. Putting the young kids on the shelf. They're the future of this franchise in part. But you know what? A little bit of action here. I want to let you jump back into play-by-play. I'll finish my thoughts as we are back under it.
Oh my goodness! You had an opportunity there for the Vegas Golden Knights off of a 3-on-2. Let me get back in. We'll finish that off because I do want to get to that. So it was a 3-on-2 that got brushed aside, and I'm seeing the T-Mobile Arena a little bit empty right now as this gets shot out of play. But go ahead and finish your thoughts.
Yeah, I think the Knights fans are heading to the Bellagio. They're heading to the slots because they might have better luck than the Golden Knights are in their own bar tonight. But yeah, my final thought is that Sutter definitely questioned throughout the year. I think the team is underperformed. That's not really a question. But when you make moves like that, you know what? You're taking the responsibility, and you also get to take the victories. And this is a huge victory. I think that he lit a fire under his roster, saying, you know what? Doesn't matter who you are. I'm going to put you on the bench. I'm going to put you in the press box if you're not contributing. And you know what? The Flames came out and they contributed really across the lineup tonight. It's pretty impressive, John.
Yeah, it is. And I don't want to get too far ahead of myself as then we get a Vegas tripping penalty against Lindholm. But I will say this. Yes, you got the answer tonight, and you got the help that you needed behind you. And that's what the Flames are going to need because they don't have games in hand. We know that. But the question is now, and it's just like for everybody else, what is going to happen on Saturday? Stars have lost the last couple games. I didn't say they didn't get embarrassed by Edmonton, but they got handled 5-2 on that end. Calgary's won the couple games there against Dallas. Dallas does not want to get swept in the season series. You only meet 3 times because they're in the Pacific and the Central side of it. That's going to be a big game at the Settle Dome. How do you respond against a desperate Dallas team that wants to hold on that first seed in the Central?
Yeah, John, it's going to be our storyline, and I may or may not be able to join you for that one. We'll certainly talk about that one behind the scenes. Hopefully, I can. But we're back underneath the action, which is trademarked John. I use that only with his express permission. And the Flames have about 1:45 here of man advantage, which is pretty much just a technicality at this point. But it's about 2:25 left on the clock. So John, take it away and let's close this thing out.
So they're going to get a chance to play keep away here for the Flames, and they're going to feel really good about what they've done. And I would say this is the best win of the season right now, not because of the large score line, but the matter of fact in the competition that it is. I think this could be one of the best moments of this season, all the way up to winning the first 4 games of the regular season when we had a lot of hype on that side with all the changes. And I mean that. It's been an up and down type of season, but you got to celebrate the wins when you can get them. 2 minutes left to go in the third. Again, this power play is going to be nothing more than a formality. But 30 shots to 19 is Vegas. Don't forget, they won 4 straight games, and they dealt with some injuries, but they've looked really good of late. And Calgary punched them right in the mouth tonight on the road, and they finally get a win at T-Mobile where they'll go 1-7-1. And again, you spot the wins when you can get them at this point in the year. As Toffoli has this one fanned on, but this will fall back to Rasmus Andersson. A little bit of practice here right now. You feel like you're in an empty ice rink, I would imagine. Toffoli, he has this, as this is played back in between Huberdeau, trying to get this one in the middle of the slot. And now this will be an opportunity for Vegas to settle this back in their own end, but they'll turn it over across the neutral zone and go ahead and take some changes for Bruce Cassidy's squad. So Rasmus Andersson set this up here for Backlund off the sauce pass, and that just eluded Elias Lindholm. He could have an opportunity for another goal. Elias Lindholm, Blake Coleman, but again, all of the Calgary Flames for me, they've been excellent throughout this, as this is picked up by the Flames, picked up across the right side wall now, sent around the inboards, and sent down the ice. Now it's Markstrom. As he gets interfered with the Nissan ads that go across, sometimes it blends into the players, and it trips up your 4 eyes as this goes across now for Backlund. And now the Flames gain the offensive end, although it's 1-on-4, and they'll just flip it down. Again, it's all a formality here with 25 seconds. We've not been able to say that a lot throughout the season, but boy, does it feel good, I imagine, as this is picked up now toward the right wing wall. Vegas has possession. They'll try to send this out in front. Now off the backhand, it's a chance for Coleman as they'll spin this back to the defensive side. I don't imagine there's going to be much more press here for Vegas as the Flames will take this one home in a dominating fashion. They win 7-2 at T-Mobile Arena against the Vegas Golden Knights.
Yes, they do, John. This is a big one. I'm sure glad that I was able to jump on the latter portion of this broadcast. And again, I'm just so appreciative that you let me come in and enjoy this one with you. It's always much more fun to share it. And I'm glad we could share a game like this because there haven't been all that many that have looked like this, have there, John?
No, we've had to ride or die with this team all the way through, and I know I'm right there with you. I know the Flames aren't my team, but I feel like they're my second team for as many that we've done. I'm just enjoying what I'm seeing right now. I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah, it's a special night against a very good team in Vegas. That's an understatement. They're headed to the playoffs, and they will likely make some noise there. But you know what? This is what's been so tantalizing about the Calgary Flames. They are showing us they are capable of reaching that ceiling, and that's a high ceiling for them. They can do this against the best teams in the league, and big credit to the teams around the continent in particular. How about those Chicago Blackhawks? First, they beat the Boston Bruins handily, and then they take out one of the Flames' rivals tonight in order to help the Flames move up in the standings. And interestingly, right now with 15 to go in the third, the San Jose Sharks leading the Seattle Kraken by a score of 1-0. So very intriguing here, John, and we're going to have a lot to cover and lots to talk about. Really great performances tonight from so many of the Flames players. I love the fact that Mackenzie Weegar gets a little scoring touch back. New Calgary Flame Troy Stetcher throws the hands and gets physical, riles his team up. Blake Coleman, multiple goals. Tyler Toffoli, I agree with you, my friend. I think he's been the team's MVP, and this is one to remember for sure and could be a turning point for the Flames.
Yeah, again, we'll have to see on the late games between Saturday and Monday between the Stars and the Kings. That's going to be the toughest stretch there for Calgary. That's remaining, and then they will have one more game against Vegas and the day after my birthday on the 23rd. So that'll be it as far as playoff teams are concerned for Calgary. We know what it's about as far as teams that are under that line, but you have to be able to slay that ghost, slay that dragon at some point and turn it around. This was a big one tonight. They got some help in front of them, make no mistake about that, but to go and get a 7-2 win against the Vegas Golden Knights, who have been one of the very best teams all year in the top of the Western Conference all year, is a big one. But again, we'll find out what happens on Saturday. I'm sure I'll be here to do that one because I think I'm going to have to, especially after this performance. And then maybe next week it'll be Monday, Tuesday. It's going to be a little bit of a short broadcast week after that. But we'll be in touch, Cooper. I'm glad you could join me here for this late part of it, and I'll look forward to hearing from you. Just let me know what's going on once I get this story typed up tonight.
Yes, sir. Thanks for your great work as always. And like I said before, glad we could join up even for a portion of this one. And I've got a big smile on my face, John. I will let you know what's going on my side. And yeah, my friend, this was a fun one. The final 7-2. Man, we have not been able to say that too often. Looking forward to the next one whenever it comes. And we close in continually. We just get closer and closer, don't we, John? Playoffs are right around the corner.
Yes, we do. And it's games like these that kind of give you the hope, man. We just have to hope it continues here.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. All right, listen. Have a good night. I will get back in touch with you shortly to give you all the rest of the details, and we'll get back to it soon.
All right, sounds good. Peace.
All right.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate you following along. Again, I know from what Cooper was doing, I'm sure he was like talking a little bit lower and all that, so I think he's got stuff going on. I don't think he's going to be here for Saturday, but considering this last performance, I don't know. I'll be honest with you, if it's going to go into Saturday, considering the Stars have lost the last couple of games. But I think it's given me enough hope to know what my assignment for Saturday is going to be. So I'll be here for the late game. That'll be about 10:15 puck drop on Saturday. So I'll see you for the Stars and the Flames. They're only 3 points back now. And like I said, even though the Red Wings are my team, we do a lot of broadcasts with Cooper Hopkins on the Flames side. I know he wanted to join in with third, so had to get him in there. I think it's only right that I'll figure that out on Saturday, and then we'll figure out after that, because Monday and Tuesday will be broadcast for me, and then Wednesday I think will be birthday, and then Thursday will be early release of the RE4 remake, and then Saturday next week is a local assignment for the Waterford Sharks and the Muskegon Voyagers on the Lakeland Ice Arena here for Waterford, Michigan. So I'll be here for Monday, Tuesday, and Saturday. So Saturday, Monday, Tuesday will be my next broadcast days. I'll see you then. Peace.